My buddy Dash for this episode of Double Take. Dave, I just said joined by Dash, but we're joined by Dash
Talking
and
in
Dave.
the third person. That's
The way
weird.
The way you feel.
Alrighty, everybody. Happy Wednesday, which you know what that means. It is the Tinfoil Hat Show. We've got a lot of things to cover. We got some public service announcements to kick off first, but we got some articles. Today's episode is Deuces Deuces, the resurgence of Dusan Vlahovic. So we're going to cover that as our main event. And who is this fine lass that Dave and I have been talking about for weeks? And apparently she has taken social media by storm, one blow at a time. Hey, Dave, how are you?
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I'm already fired up. We'll let you know. Some of you guys already know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Sal.
Yeah, thank you, Sal, for letting us know about that, which we will get into.
Yes. We got some bitches to slap.
I know. I guess we could start on it, right? So many of you guys have seen, you guys know who Kevin is, right? Our good friend Kevin Mack, who goes to the stadium and gives us footage, clips of goals. And Kevin, the one time that Apple actually did something decent was create a decent camera. Kevin made
the video side, like
video,
specifically a good video camera.
A great video. So Kevin was at the right place in the right time and filmed Dusan Vlahovic's free kick goal, which was in stellar quality, amazing quality. Big shout outs to Kevin. And it went viral on Twitter. Over 600,000 people have seen it on Twitter. We've gotten requests to use the material and whatnot, which was really cool that ESPN FC messaged us asking us for permission. And look, Dave and I don't mind, right? As long as none of us at the Turin Giants mind if you ask out of courtesy, hey, look, we're going to use it because there's no watermark on the video. It's a fan video at the stadium. It's not like, an edited video or something like that. So for us, it's like, ask first. There's a page, I think it's Publicity or Plubcity Sports. I can't pronounce it.
Publicity?
Publicity.
It's a horrible name, whatever
horrible
it is.
Name.
That's just the beginning of the trash heap. Their name.
They took the video, made a post about it, and put X on the bottom. They didn't ask us about it, by the way. They ripped it. So they stole it from Twitter, posted it on Instagram, and posted the shitty quality of it. And that's kind of frustrating for us because, one, that looks bad on us because everyone's like, ew, look at that quality. It looks terrible. We had the 1080 pixel version. We had the 4K version of it.
4K.
All you had to do was ask. We would have given it to you. Just, hey, make sure you tag us, make sure you quote us. That's what we told ESPN. We said, hey, we'll allow you to use it. Make sure you put us on there, who we are, on your social media accounts, that we're the ones that supplied it. And then also, if your pundits use it on a TV show, you got to quote us and you'll use it. No problem. We'll give you the 4K version of it. This guy or whoever this thing, whatever it is,
entity,
ripped it, used a free video ripper off Twitter, ripped it, made it pixelated and ugly as hell, posted it on their page and have over, I believe, 40,000 likes on Instagram.
Is that 40 now? Jesus.
40,000.
It's like 22 when I looked at it.
Yeah. So it's kind of frustrating for us because, especially for Kevin, because, it's a unicorn shot. It looks like Pogba's shot against, I believe it was Udinese. It is.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous.
It was a ridiculously good shot. So some of you guys, again,
Apple should be up in our asses right now asking for that for their next iPhone fucking 15 plus, whatever Pro, whatever pronoun they put to the thing. You know what I'm saying? They should be asking Kevin's like, bro, that's renowned. That needs to, Tim Cook should be on his knees right now.
Yeah, it is incredible. I'll pull it up for you guys on our Instagram where we actually have the real clip behind it, the legit one with proper quality. So here it is. Eat your hearts out. like 4K stunning quality. Like this is ridiculously good.
Even streaming through StreamYard here, it looks really good.
I know. There you go. Perfect. 4K and everything. Unfortunately,
Well, the feed's 1080. That, I mean, they're not. If you want to see the 4K, go to the Instagram.
yeah. So they pulled it, and I'll show you the one that they did, which was garbage.
I refuse to watch it. I didn't want to give them the view.
Oh, that's petty. That's fair.
Yeah, of
right.
course.
So here's their version of it. They took it off Twitter, so it's kind of pixelated, not that clear, but they took it and they tagged the X via X. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because they took it off a separate platform and they ripped it off a separate platform. And they're like, yeah, we're crediting, ask for permission next time. Just do yourself a favor.
Yeah, they think that's their way of getting away with it. It's kind of cringe. And it's funny because I think it was one of these tinfoil hat shows as well where we brought it up with the use. Again, Sal's everywhere tonight. Because he was using stuff from Bepe's channel, right? And I was like, okay, hold up. Plagiarism's kind of rampant in this YouTube space, right? So let's ask Bepe before we go ahead just reposting his stuff, right, without credit. So which we did, and it was no problem because we asked permission, and that's the whole point. If you ask permission, nobody really cares, right? Yeah, absolutely use it. I mean, spread the word, right? It, like you said, it was just a few seconds of footage on Kevin's phone, unedited, just raw. So cool. We share things, just like we share Bepe's news feed sometimes in our Discord, but under permission. And this is why we do it. Because now, if I'm here getting all pissy about, oh, they stole my shit, and I'm some cocksucker that goes steals other people's shit, well, now I'm the douchebag. But I don't steal people's shit, or at least edit it enough that, you know, it's edited. Like that's a thing. You can use pieces of thing like you copyright the whole piece, right? You can cut pieces out. Right. So if they took that video and cropped it or put it as like a shorter clip, part of a longer clip, for instance, I mean, there's a fair use to that in an essence, right?
Yeah, no, there is a fair use to it. Like, for example, that's one of the things that I kind of appreciated with Twitter. People would take it as their own, but it would still have the location of where it came from. Like,
but in any case, this is why I got all up in arms. I mean, all I did was ask Bepe at the end of the day. But this is why I made kind of a stink about it, right? That's like, okay, this is a thing, and now we're seeing it firsthand. So we're just here to call out that I thought it was puberty. Puberty sports is what I read. So your marketing, first off, is absolutely trash. It's puberty, but I look at it as puberty. It's like, what? So this is a bunch of 13-year-old boys? Like, what's going on here? No, it's for puberty sports. Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm trying to figure out how to take my jock strap off for the first time in the boys' locker room playing hockey. You know, my dad's not coming to the locker room anymore because it's weird. So we're 13. We're teenagers. Dad can't come tie up your skates anymore. You got to figure that shit out yourself. That's puberty sports.
I should have given you the chef hat. Just let you cook. But yeah, look, we have no issues collaborating, providing footage or stuff. Just ask us. More of the story, just ask. We will give you. ESPN is a multi-billion-dollar company. They asked.
They're professionals.
They asked. They're very professional.
What do you know? That's what a legit company does. A legit media source. Puberty sports, go fuck yourself. You're nothing.
Alrighty. So we got some stuff to talk about today. We've got some transfers. We've got some rumors. We're going to talk about Dusan. We'll make something clear about Dusan as well. Some other stuff. We'll give him some praise and give a little bit of a disclaimer on the Ducey boy when we get there. But we've got some stuff, some transfer news to cover. Giallo, I think I'll open with Giallo. It looks like Giallo is pretty much done and dusted. Mr. Fabrizio Romano is doing the old here we go on Giallo. So Giallo will be coming, I believe, next week.
So there's a bit of controversy there.
Is there? Shall we get the hat, or is it not a hat?
No, okay, it's not like controversy, but it's just the movement of the funds right now. because the Ranocchia deal still hasn't come through. Like, that hasn't been made official to release those funds, and they can't send money the other way because of FFP rules. So there's a bit of a holdup. It's a bit of a technicality at this point, but people are kind of getting a little worried. In essence, yeah, I can see that if the Ranocchia deal does fall through, it kind of makes the house of cards tumble. Is that going to happen? I don't see any alarm bells right now, but I'm also no oracle. So yeah, I guess it could. It definitely could happen in all practicality. I wouldn't start pissing my pants just yet over it. If tomorrow there's like some bombshell news saying like it's the floor's falling out of this deal, Palermo's backing out, it's too rich, like City. Well, I mean, Man City's getting the buck thrown at them now, apparently. So maybe it trickles down to Palermo and they get the buck thrown at them, and like the whole thing blows up. I just made all that shit off the top of my head, though, right? So, well, it is the tinfoil hat show. Like, what if?
Oh man,
It's all because it all goes back to Man City, City Group. See?
Well, yeah. So I think right now with Everton and Nottingham Forest getting what got done to them, I believe has City been charged, or are they on the verge of getting charged?
You know, I
want to say they're. Because like I think it's on the cusp. I don't think anything's there, but like it's
check the twits.
Just kind of weird. But yeah, I think Jallo should have been done today. I know German Dave was telling us about that in the Discord. He's like it's very suspect that it hasn't been done. They're edging closer.
On
the verge, edging. It's just blue balls. It's a tease. We're getting there, but we're not.
Yeah, edging. Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure that joke landed, but it was rocky.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. So yeah, that's going to be one of the main things, right? That should be getting done soon. I think that's probably going to be the only move, if anything. To be honest with you, unless Bernadeschi somehow makes a miraculous return, which apparently they're saying that's a possibility, but not really much as far as Jallo goes. I don't think there's really anything there for Dave and I to react to, because it's just like, okay, cool.
We have reacted. It's just now waiting for that formality.
Yeah. And Dave says City's court case will be held around September. Coincidentally, when Pep Guardiola is no longer the coach of Man City. I guess the industry plant needs to get protected, right?
That might be hat worthy.
That is what we like to call Pep Guardiola is the definition of UEFA's industry plant.
Listen, this Bernadeschi thing, this has divided people more than it should.
I don't care. I don't think it's happening at all. I don't know why people are freaking out for it.
I think people shouldn't care one way or the other. If he comes, it's going to be extremely club friendly. They're not going to take Bernadeschi back on anything heavy. It would be absolutely dumb. Gentoli's not going to do that. We can't do that anyways. We don't have the finances, the fluid finances, to be able to do so. So if he doesn't come, all right, who cares? He doesn't come. He stays in Toronto, and I have to put up with him. If he does come, hopefully it's for like $1 million, and he comes on, plays the Coppa Italia with Pinsolio. Cool. I don't care.
Oh my God. If he came, and that is what she said, he would be a meme.
Yeah, why exactly? It would be hilarious.
Look. If you may need to push some Instagram content, some social media.
Have you seen him?
Debauchery. You call Bernadeschi. Like,
have you seen his recent, like, the guy looks like he's a male escort, essentially. Like, he's a gigolo. Just chiseled everywhere and half naked.
He's a gigolo. He's a gigolo.
Yeah, man.
That's so funny.
Yeah, exactly. Their offense has been so low. Like, who cares? It's hilarious.
That's true. There is a green Mr. Burns from that one. I actually had a Mr. Burns joke in the Discord, and Bones says, "Dave, you're the escort."
Jesus.
Jeez. All right, before we lose our minds on Bernadeschi, this is going to be something I'm going to get the chat engaged on as well. Bam.
Oh yes.
This one is the funny one. I shall read it in the German accent. Matthias de Ligt, future at Bayern, is very uncertain. The relationship between the Dutchman and Mr. Thomas Tuchel is strained. A summer departure is the possible, and the topic of being whispered within the club. Max Albert will be also in charge of this topic. In case of the sale, Albert will be tasked in limiting financial loss, finding a suitable replacement. And this is from Imia San Mia, Bayern in Germany. I think that's I think Dave gave me this one. I'm not too sure. So
Oh yeah, that's their motto.
I've heard, and the reason why I kind of wanted to talk about this on the tinfoil hat is like an opener to get your guys' creative juices going. People want him back. Some people don't want him back. I kind of want to see where the people are. For me, it's just if he comes back, we win we have a quadruple.
Maybe we do it again next year.
How would we want to? Well, maybe if he counts, because Supercopa technically counts for the previous season.
Yeah.
Is there a way? Is there, unless he's counting the Club World Cup, the Champions League, Scudetto, and the Coppa Italia?
Yeah, the Club World Cup. We're still up for that.
No, Supercopa is the previous season, so like it technically.
Chef, what do you mean we don't? I'm a fucking cheerleader. You say I'm useless?
$1 million for Burn.
I mean, I don't get paid, so maybe it's okay. But
Jeff's like, let me say something first. We should give Berna 2 bags of Doritos and a pack of Budweiser, and that's how we sign him.
Oh, speaking of Doritos, somebody mentioned this to me, and I couldn't unsee it. I'm going Canadian for a second, but continue. I'll get it ready.
Not Canadian. So I remember I said this back then when Dave and I were doing some stuff with BZ. I said, guys, I think we won the de Ligt trade for Bremer, and everyone called nonsense on that, which I'm very confident that I think we've won it. Because I think Bremer has been fantastic. Like, seriously, I think Bremer has been fantastic. A little rough on the edges on his first season, but after that, like, he is your main center back. And the question I'll ask everybody about de Ligt coming back, because look, talent-wise, de Ligt has it. Mentally, I don't think he has it. I think de Ligt is one of the few guys that really Doritos All-Star. Not what
you know who collaborated in the design? Just guess. It's very Canadian. Just guess.
Justin Bieber.
Yes.
What? What?
Yep. Like, how amazing is this?
I don't know how I feel about that. Okay.
Right?
You want to know how I feel about that? Boom. Jeez. All right. So, look, I'm not denying the talent of de Ligt, but I think for me, one of the things that irritated me about de Ligt was mental lapses in crucial moments, right? Like, remember the comeback against Roma? It was roughly around this time last year. You know, we came back and Mr. de Ligt over here commits a penalty at the clutch at the end, essentially, and we got lucky that I believe it was Tech that saved it. So I kind of have issues right now with de Ligt, right? Because people laughed at me when I said I'm not a big fan of the way that he kind of dunked on the club. Because for me, what irritates me is he said, oh, Juve's kind of a stepping stone for me. I really wanted to go play attacking football at Bayern and get benched the entire time I've been here. But I wanted to play a different kind of football. Oh, Juve is a joke. Juve's not, competitively blah, 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 blah. I don't want to be part of a roster that's a rebuild, right? That was his comments. He wants to go compete for Champions Leagues. So for us to sit there and take him back open arms, I don't know how I feel about that.
And I've seen this argument. Actually, this is what Inconvenient Truth had said when he elaborated on his initial post there. That if especially if you do in the back four next year and you have a Delict Bremer pairing, it could potentially, like that's a big quote on the potentially, be the best center back pairing in the world. I just don't know how I feel about the mentality of Delict. Not to say I don't believe in second chances.
Problem is he's not starting and he's not a staple at Bayern Munich.
And according to Dave, he's also injured again.
Yeah, like the issue I have with De Ligt right now is Thomas Tuchel is the German Allegri. He is not favored by the German Allegri.
Yeah, and that's a very solid point. If Tuchel isn't playing this defensive wonder kid, then I mean you're fucked.
Like they were on the verge of signing Dragusin as a De Ligt replacement. In theory.
I mean, that would have been so embarrassing.
And I think David could probably speak for the German side because he lives in Germany, so he kind of has a little bit more access to what's going on over there. I don't think, like, it just kind of baffles me. The guy spent under tutelage with Chiellini and Bonucci, and I just haven't seen it. Like, De Ligt's always been that player that has spurts, the way that he tackles and is aggressive, and yeah, it's like nitty gritty. But at the same time, he makes dumb mistakes.
He made quite a few.
Like, he's just, and at this point, if you were to bring back De Ligt, then what happens to Gatti? What happens to Giallo? What happens to Dean Huijsen as well?
Giallo is a potential left back. I'm not sure. Right? So I can't feel it. I don't feel this.
I have because like on paper, Bremer and De Ligt would arguably be
paper. Yeah, this is like FIFA team building.
Like if you were to do that, I would make sense. It would, like, if it was like that, if it was exactly on paper. But what do you do? Like, what do you do with Gatti? That's another thing as well.
And well, here's the thing. And this is what I was trying to get out of my head earlier, is that I would say, now I don't know if I have a recency bias at play here. So chat, please do chime in if I'm misspoken here. But I almost feel like De Ligt made as many of the same crucial errors as Gatti has. Like type of errors, key moments, like similar outcomes, turnover goals. But De Ligt, okay, he was a bit of a beast in the box, get some headers in there. But Gatti actually offers something more than just being a central defender. So I actually like Gatti more than what I've seen from De Ligt. Again, maybe there's something to second chances. Maybe Allegri can mastermind something. How much would this cost? That's the next question.
It's a salary. It's De Ligt's salary would be outrageous at the same time because it was practically on 12 million here. Vlad also says here, De Ligt also wasn't a starter for the Dutch national team. When he left us, he fell out of favor drastically.
Dean is younger and not injured. Also, I mean, who are you going to play? The guy that's injured or not injured, right? You're going to play Dean in this case.
Tuchel says, or David says, Tuchel plays a holding six with his only offensive output coming from either Davies on the left or whoever, or the only offensive players. Bone says no, Gatti stays. Bone says we need him for team spirit. Sal says send him to the Prem. Yeah, because they don't play defense.
He probably should.
I think that's probably De Ligt's next.
He should go to Chelsea, which was, I mean,
it's a shame.
If it was Tuchel at Chelsea, maybe that would have been the perfect.
It's a shame, right? And I think the issue with De Ligt is his mouth got him in trouble. Like really,
that didn't help.
His mouth got him in trouble. I mean, oh yeah, Bayern's really competing for Champions Leagues and yada yada yada, and Juve aren't just there yet, and blah 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 blah. Like, cool, you can have your opinion, but like, if you say stuff like that, you better perform, man. Like, you can't go up and tell Van Gaal, hey, I don't want to play in a back three, so don't start me against Argentina. Like,
Anthony, have you been to a TFC game? Because like, the defense is like, I don't know how to explain. That is a huge insult to Gatti. I am not saying that Gatti is like the
Nobody's
most
saying Gotti's
wonderful
world
center
class.
back in the world, but my God,
Nobody-
have you seen Toronto play?
Nobody's saying Gotti's world class. I think Gotti fits in with what you need to do. I think he fits with what we have and what we need to do. No one's claiming Gotti's world class, but I don't understand having DeLitt and how that really benefits us. It kind of hampers us with the way that we're going. Vlad says Allegri's system was perfect for a center back like DeLitt, and he blew it all away. He did. His ego got in the way. Tony scores heavier goals than DePip, and
Yeah,
they fuck
I
up
mean
the game.
that's all subjective, right? This
It is.
discussion, but the fact that there's a discussion about this
It's
is
fair, right?
concerning. Yeah,
It's fair, right? It's just one of those
Mhm.
things. I don't see where it goes because, like, for example, if DeLitt came, DeLitt would want to be what Bremer is. DeLitt is, I want to be the main option, not Gleison Bremer. Because, like, for example, with Van Dijk being the guy in the Dutch national team doesn't sit well with DeLitt. Urigani's wife makes fewer crucial mistakes in Oh, Vlad, I love you so much. Never change, Vlad. Jeff says,
man.
I can't believe I am saying this. He should go to Man United and reunite with Ten Hag. Now there's Gatti. Anthony says, season ticket holder since 2007, man. Gatti would fit perfectly at TFC. Whenever I watch him, he takes me right back to BMO Field.
Oh, really? You
I don't
maybe
know.
you know more than I would at that case, but I've been to a few games and I was just
I still think that's a stretch. I really
yeah,
do.
I'm still gonna say it's a stretch.
I think
but
that's a very big stretch.
listen, the only reason why I wouldn't want Gatti on TFC is because I'd rather have him on Juve.
Because think about it this way. If Juve were to hypothetically switch to a back four, Bremer's starting. He's a lock.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have, and this is me assuming that you don't sell anybody. You have Danilo, who's the number 2 because he is the captain. I don't think Juve sell him. If DeLitt comes, they do not sell him. Then you have Gatti, who's the 3rd option. Then you have Rugani, who's the 4th option. Then Huijsen, who's the 5th option. I'm sure DeLitt would come in and be the 3rd option. I'm pretty positive that it is. But at the same time, DeLitt doesn't really have great build-up play. Like, he's got capabilities of being world class because he's young.
Well, I mean, it's decent. He did play as a midfielder. He was
So did Gatti.
on the ball, but yes, and that's
So
the
did
thing. Gatti actually has done something with that.
Like, it's maybe you could say like his salary, and it's just a bunch of other things that play into it. He hasn't been healthy as well either.
Yeah, just costs alone.
Cost alone,
especially with our financial situation, which is, I mean, is better than most, but is still tenuous. Gatti is integral to this project because of what he offers for the price that it costs us.
So
it's just value for your money.
I'm gonna see if I can find Chris's take on that, because I know Chris gives a pretty good argument.
And I'll comment here on Marian Managazzo. We haven't seen you in a while either, so welcome.
Yeah,
we always love when people I understand. I take breaks from channels too, or lurk or whatnot. I get it, but welcome back. Always appreciated. So here's how I see Gatti with him becoming world class. And I'm gonna try not to make direct parallels with, say, like Chiellini, because that's a little unfair. But I'm gonna say more like a spiritual successor of that archetypal Italian 90s 2000-esque defender. He will carry on that sort of torch of that style of Italian defender, the nostalgia of it. And I think more so that nostalgia of his play style of the past and how he still can like modernize it in today's game. That's going to almost like deitize him, at least within the cultural community.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading the thing. I got distracted, but yeah, no, there wasn't really a tactical claim to it. It was just kind of like I think he could come back and be fine with it. Sal saying with our limited budget and need for a left back, right back, for a back four, those funds need to go to high priority areas. Yeah, because Byron's not going to sell them for cheap.
No.
Vlad says, "I love you too."
But they did say they are looking at ways to mitigate the loss. So they understand they're gonna lose money.
That's not a good sign. I'm not a big fan. One of the things is I thought we kind of learned our lesson with the return of Pogba. That returns don't go very well, so I don't know why Delit would be given a pass.
But Allegri, okay, players, but I mean Allegri is starting to turn out pretty well.
Yeah, but like players, wouldn't we need a quick younger center back next to Bremer to clean up and back him up? Exactly. Danilo, I love Danilo, but would he work into a back four? That's another question, right? We're not sure. Delit would start over Danilo.
I mean, Danilo's after this season, I think, is on reduced minutes.
He is. Would start over. We don't have any defenders that are good from building out the back. Danilo gives away more possession than Oscar Schindler. Okay. When we build out of the back, we build out of a 4-2. Locatelli has the ball. That is generally how we build. If we switch to a back four, Locatelli will have the ball. The only incisive pass our defenders will need to make is to Locatelli. Like, Allegri never plays with your center back giving an absolute belter to Dusan. It's just not how it works. Even with a counterattack. This whole center back that can be a playmaker, honestly, that's so 2017, 2018, when like Bonucci was worth 100 million.
Speaking of about 100 million in AX here with Delect, sorry, I know I'm scrolling here. Jordan Henderson. Does anybody know the money? I saw that he went to Ajax.
Jordan Henderson?
Yeah, what are the numbers on that? Does anybody know in the chat?
I don't. They need something because they're about to get relegated with how bad they were at one point.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this. So, I mean, we'll move on, but somebody in the chat, fill us in on that because
Bones. Delit is an IX school. He should be good on the ball. Problem is he wants to be a high block center back when he's a prototypical low block. Yeah, because he's slow. He's too big. Bones says no one can slap players like Gatti can. To be honest, Vlad says I'd start Danilo over Delit. Agreed, Vlad. The biggest problem is when he goes up too high, tries to show off with his ball playing skills, doesn't run back quick enough. Delit's biggest con is his lack of speed. We have too many slow center backs.
Well, yeah, and that's another reason for Jallo.
Yep.
I don't think a 6'2" guy is going to be like exceptionally fast.
He was known for pace. I don't know how it is.
Yeah. We'll see how fast he actually is.
David says the Henderson contract has not been released yet, but he did terminate with I'm going to call him Equifax just for short. Etifac. Yeah, if you ever need a credit report, go to Etifax. I'm just kidding. Not sure if Henderson's trying.
Okay. Again, I get these pop-ups at work, and I don't have much signal at work, so randomly throughout the day, they'll just and I'm so busy, so sometimes I don't even go into Twitter. I just see that the bubble pop up with the notification. I'm like, Jordan Henderson to Ajax. Okay, cool. Go back.
Cool. Next. Locatelli's underrated this season. Him and Bremer have been two of the most improved players this season. Loca's so underrated, especially defensively. Look, right now, Loca is playing quite well and quite quietly. So it's good for him because he's finally found his stride. A lot of players are starting to find their stride because they're getting that consistency under Allegri, and they're really getting confident. Bremer's the quickest. Rigani's the slowest defender. But like I said, when it comes to building, how Juve build, there's two people that generally influence the build. One is going to be Locatelli, where he's dictating positioning and moving, and the other is going to be either Hans or Moretti when they're on the field. They essentially act as the ball-moving pivots that are doing the build-up play because that's just how Allegri's always built. Back then with Pjanic, and then with Pirlo. It's always been that. Pogba as well. The center back plays, really the only incisive pass the center back might do is an incisive pass out to the wings. There's never a 30-yard dart. It just never works that way. It's never been that way whatsoever. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't care too much. I understand a left-footed center back. That argument makes sense because it's easier for him to play the ball to the left side instead of him having to go cross body. I get that. No problem.
That's a valid question from Jeff.
And the other question is Dillett, is he good for the locker room or is he toxic?
And thankfully, there's people in the club that would know firsthand. So, I mean, the decision will dictate if we do end up bringing him back. I'm gonna say he's probably a decent dude in the locker room.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. Personally, I'm not a fan of the move. I understand it on paper, but from what we have and what we're doing right now, it just doesn't make sense. Rabiot cares about as well, but he can't pass to save his mother's life. Well, yeah, that's
I love deep cuts, guys. I love
but he can finish.
and Vlad as a perfect example because he does them frequently. I appreciate layers to the joke. Unfortunately, because you've seen it in the group chat, right? Where like I'll make a joke and one person in particular doesn't get the layers.
No, but
then you have to explain it and like
it ruins the joke. There's always that guy. There's always that guy where you make the joke and they're like, huh? And you're just like,
yeah. It's like, oh, come on, man.
And Vlad with another one-liner. Dillett is Balkan chick toxic.
Oh my god, we're double tapping. Sorry, guys. We're so excited to put you.
And German Dave says for a bag of chips and a Diet Coke, I'd get Dillett, and even then, if he's not,
Are you a Diet Coke guy or a Coke Zero?
I don't know.
I'm a Coke Zero. That's what I'm drinking right now.
So look, I that's my thoughts on it. I'm not too crazy about Dillett. It is what it is. I doubt it happens just because of the financial structure and the salary that he's going to be asking for. I think he's just honestly, and people might hate me for this, but I think he's just a more expensive Demerol.
You think? I think Demerol's a little
more
of a firecracker.
Yeah, it's more of a firecracker, but like I said, he's just a little bit more of it. He's like a more advanced Demerol. I think that Ajax team in 2019 was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, we mentioned that a couple days ago.
Yeah, I just think that's kind of how it is. Alrighty, so
we're creating new species.
All right, so Allegri dropping an absolute diss to Inter.
Oh my god, the deep cuts again, layers.
Freaking hilarious. I need to find it on our thing here on Discord because I know I need to find my thing. Pause. Sal posted it, and I believe it was someone else that posted it as well. Vlad too. The comments. I think it was Vlad. Yeah, from Mari FC Inter. So Allegri says, because there was an interview. So Morata says, and I'm going to open this on the next tab so you guys can see this. Share this tab instead. Bam. All right, so Morata says, it's totally an interlocutory phrase. Jesus, I can't read today. Phase. Being a hare or a hunter changes.
Now that's a word. I don't know that.
Sounds very erotic. Sounds like a bad porno title.
Okay, guys, I'm looking it up. Hold up. Interlocutor.
Like I don't
law,
know.
a decree or judgment given provisionally during the course of legal action.
It's got it. There's no way Morata thought of that. I think he just pulled it off, and then like the translation fucked it up.
Yeah, good job, Google Translate.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ!
You made it Morata sound like he's an intellectual.
Oh my god! And I'm usually like the grammar Nazi.
Maybe
interlocutory.
That's his superpower with the lazy eye.
Hold on, David. I know now. I won't drop it, but I know you may be a person in the know of this type of nomenclature. David, do you know the word interlocutory? Let us know. But yeah, we'll wait for that. Sorry, Dash, continue on.
All right. So is the Scudetto the dream? Inter's objective is told by history and their Palmares? It's the Twitter translation. They must always try to win competitions in which he participates. I guess Inter is a thing. Inter must not feel inferior to anyone besides Juventus. It is our dogma. If another team wins, Juventus, we will take our hats off. I'm going to keep this because they're so petty. When Juve wins anything, they don't say shit.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see that. We will fight until the end to try and win it, he says. And then Allegri responds to the comments by saying this, and we shall
There's
share
so
that.
many Allegri quotes, though.
I love it. And people
Oh,
said
man.
Allegri, and they said Allegri's not aggressive.
Oh, but when it comes down to it, he's
Oh, he's
showing up.
petty. Oh, he's a very petty.
Yes, this one is like this is
awesome.
parabolic.
Uh,
Not like the trajectory, but like the parable. Sorry, making words up. We're on the language thing right now, but sorry, Nash, I'm fucking it up.
Fair enough. So Allegri says, if I like being the hunter with Inter playing the hare, well, it's a bit different. It's like playing cops and robbers. The thieves escape and the guards are chasing them. The moment
He just like
Allegri
takes the textbook out and is just like
that, and I believe right now at the Alliance, I believe Morata is chasing Allegri. Yeah.
I need to get my tome out and just like whenever Allegri drops, hold on. You know what? You're going solo for a little bit.
Wait, what? Oh, I'm going solo. Okay, I'm like, what the hell? He just dipped on me again. So Allegri absolutely dropping bars. I love it. It's pure psychological warfare. I mean, this is, the perks of being in a Scudetto race. You get to see stuff like this on the norm, and it's absolute banter, right? I think one of the things that people also need to give Allegri credit for is the way that he plays 4D chess. Like the way that he's able to shift pressure, shift adjustments. He essentially, with all of the complaints about everybody in the officiating towards Inter, took it, rephrased it. He essentially called them cheaters without declaring them as cheaters. It's absolute class the way that he did it. I thought it was absolutely hysterical. So at this point, and what it looks like Allegri is trying to do is I think Allegri is shifting everything on Inter. If I'm the hunter, you're the hare. If I'm the guard, you're the robber. He's putting it on them. Because who has more pressure? The rabbit running away from the hunter? Or the hunter chasing the rabbit? It's the rabbit. Because if the hunter doesn't get the rabbit, it is what it is. If the rabbit gets shot, game over. Same thing with the robber. If the robber gets caught, his cheek's getting clapped at the end of the day. So it's ironic. I think it's funny. It's one of those things where an absolute gem of banter here. Let's catch up with your comments here. David says, "My God, Max should write Moise Keane songs. Maybe they'll kick off a lot better." Vlad says that's a Twitter translation. That's why it's not clean. Sal says, "I'd love to know exactly what Agnelli did to Morata for him to go full bleep on that and join Inter." Maybe he has pictures of him. Antonio says, "Predictions for tomorrow's Supercopa. I got one. Inter loses. That's my prediction." I need to be petty there. Jeff says, "Intercooler is a word used for people that are on the Epstein list." Oh, man. David says, "Never heard that word before." Antonio, also, what is it with players wanting to return to Juve all the time? It's because we're doing well. That's why. Because we're on the up and everybody wants to get on the gravy express. Vlad says, "Allegri sounds like a guy who reads the Bible in his free time strictly for the puns." Are you sure that's not you? And Jeff says, "Mad Max is back." And then Vlad follows up, "Max perfected the skill of turning silly jokes into sneak disses. Low-key, he's kind of a rapper." David says, "By the way, topic for tonight, Beppe said Max would be a great president for Juve and thought he would he got ripped apart by the chat. And then about 55 to 60% agreed. And I do too. That's a good discussion point." And then Pipo says, "Let's go Kanan and the true Yoya, not Dybala." You guys want to talk about that? Because I saw that as well. I did see the quote in regards to that where he said, "Hey, I think he would be a good president," which I think so, right? I think Allegri is capable of navigating and deflecting pressure. I mean, I see what he's done from a management perspective, but I think from a sporting perspective, I think the only difference is how well can he enhance the business, right? That's going to be one of the main things you're looking for when it comes to Allegri. There is how does he take the business and run with it in a sense, because he's done, like, you can argue, and I think Is it fair to say, guys, that I think Allegri has done quite well here with the 3 years? Yeah, the first 2 years were kind of dumps, last year being an absolute zero, but is it, is it fair to say that he's straightened the boat, straightened up the ship here, per se? Like, chat, you wanna throw in some stuff here? And David says, imagine Max as president, Giuntoli as sporting president, and Italiano as the understudy. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad.
So, sorry, it took a while because then the dogs demand to go outside. But I was like, I need a prop because we're talking about Allegri laying the textbook down, right? The book. So I'm like, what's the biggest book I have? So on my recent trip to layers, remember guys how I like layers? We've established this. So on my recent trip to Torino, I bought a very large book. The book that I brought down. It is also extremely fitting because not only is it a large book that I bought in Torino just before I went to the Juventus Stadium, but it is the Divine Comedy, Mr. Allegri. This is your book. There you go.
Okay.
We'll now drop the Divine Comedy because it's the play on the words, right? It is how he is just like underhandedly, just like the poetry of the words. So,
Yeah. No,
anyways, whatever.
So
See,
we're-
people
we're-
knows. People understand.
we were talking.
You're an uncultured swine, is what you are.
I clearly am. So sorry. I just don't give a shit. So
He was a master of the Renaissance. Dante Alighieri. You know Dante.
I know
Dante?
Dante's
Dante.
Inferno. That's a video.
Yes. And the Divine Comedy.
Yeah, Dave. I
Yeah,
know that.
Dante.
Okay.
Uncultured.
He's like, you swine. So one of the things that we're talking about with the chat here, before we transition to some other stuff, was because the next thing we'll talk about is Fajoli's gambling.
Man, this isn't
Gambling
even
addiction.
this isn't even a good troll, Mr. Aliev. We
Intro
don't
wants to
need to sell Canaan for
Why-
the Scudetto because we're
So-
gonna win it with Canaan.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that Inter is willing to hand us hardware for little boys? Are you sure they're not on the Epstein list? Internazionale on the Epstein list because apparently they want
Why,
little
why
boys.
don't
to
we
be
have an
parents.
Epstein meme?
We should at this point. I trust Vlad to make it. Vlad's quite experienced with that. So,
Somebody give us some
gosh,
Epstein
man.
material for the show.
no wonder why Interista are so damn weird. They want little boys. All right. So,
Jesus Christ, flat.
Brazilian center back from oh, I love it. So let's kind of get onto this because Beppe did make this quote on his stream and people were tearing him up for it, which I don't really understand why. But would Allegri make a pretty decent president for Juve at some point? And here's some of the arguments here.
I want to know why Jeff knows why what's his name?
You.
Oh my god, the names
breath.
already.
Take a breath. Relax.
Sorry.
Relax.
Okay. Taking a breath. Sardi. Why Sardi is a communist. I had like Spalletti in my mouth and I couldn't get Sardi out.
You wait, what?
I had Spalletti in my mouth. Mom Spalletti.
Oh, that's a clip. He said I had Spalletti in my mouth. Jesus, Dave. Context.
Oh man. Did he hit B?
Oh, I hit B. Oh, I stamped that one. Oh, that one's
Alright.
being stamped.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh man. All right.
Back
So
on track.
let's get back here. Max's first year actually wasn't that bad. We made top 4 comfortably with CR7 leaving, and the players gave 2 trophies away to Inter, which is very true. The Super Cup and the Coppa Italia. And guess who committed one of those penalties in that game? Do it. All right. Tante's beloved in Germany. Sus. Antonio says, are you guys nervy for Lecce? No, I don't think so. I think we'll be fine. It'll be a struggle, but I think we'll be fine.
We got the big skeleton out of the closet. So I was super worried going into Sassuolo, and like all my worries have gone away.
My worries have gone away, and I see clearly now. All right, moving on to the next one. The joke is
The rain is gone?
that all people from Livorno are commies. They are. That is actually very true.
Yeah.
If you listen to Sam Adamo, he like even confirms that there. All right.
Well, not that he's the like expert source on the matter. You know, it is just Sam Adamo from Montreal.
Calcio. I like IFTV. Look, I'm wearing a Calcio hat.
Oh man.
David says we're at the point where we can't predict 1-0s anymore. Got to go 2-0 now.
Oh
That's
man.
totally true.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so this next article or this next meme is from Tal, who sent this to us on the Discord to cover. This is going to be the Italian new football news. I need to zoom in so y'all can read this because I am too zoomed out. All right, so looking at this, 2 Inter players have been sued by an individual who alleges that the pair were at a private party and forced him to show them pictures and videos on his phone. According to the report, they dragged the individual outside, checked his phone, social media accounts to make sure there was no footage of them. They also forced him to say Milan merda.
This seems
It's clear Milanisti.
kind of stupid.
Why is that a thing? I think this is not. I think this is clout for that guy.
I don't know what's going on.
Unless these 2 Inter players are engaged in some like underground gambling ring where they didn't want like any video evidence of them. At the same time, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When a professional athlete is out in public, ask them for a picture. Be polite and be respectful and ask them. Don't take pictures of them without asking them because they're human beings.
This kind of goes back to the beginning. Just ask.
Just ask.
Most people don't care.
Like, let's be honest here. Like if
Speaking for the Balkans.
So the funny thing is I was so I spent some time when they came here to Michigan. I was with Alejandro Gomez, Ivan Rakitic, and I didn't take a picture of them. I sat down. We talked because they were here for the summer tour. I was in the same spot. I saw them. They were at a casino. I was at a casino with them. Hey, what's going on, man? Nice game. You guys played against Crystal Palace.
I didn't fuck that up.
So I was like, hey, we're here. We hung out. Didn't ask for a picture. They're human beings. So like when I see an article like this, it's just like this guy probably took pictures of them. He probably did. Let's be real here. And it's just one of those things where I always get irritated because like fans think they're entitled to taking pictures of players. Like, guys, you have to ask them. I don't know about the part where they dragged him out and made him say Milan sucks and yada, yada, yada. But I think that's one of the things that we always fail to realize is professional athletes are people, man. Why do you think celebrities get pissed off with the paparazzi? You can imagine professional athletes are the same way.
I 100% would just like say weird things to people so they stop following me.
I have crabs. Wait a minute. Dave's got crabs. Hey, we got a new scoop here.
Well, no, I would just be so petty that I would hire people. Like if I was that famous, I'd be able to afford to hire people to like counter spy on them and like find out all of their weird fetishes and just leverage the fuck out of it.
So you're saying that you would pay people to swing strap-ons at paparazzis? I see.
Oh yeah, if that's what it takes, yes. If I had the money, why wouldn't I? I mean, most people, you know, they take coke or whatever they're drug. I mean, I'll just fuck paparazzi.
If it was an
That's my high.
100% true. That's true, dude. Rule of thumb: Dusan sucks at taking pictures. I don't know why I'm reading this in Jeff's voice. My friends in Orlando Juve told me about this. Orlando fan club. Dusan sucks at taking pictures, but he doesn't suck at something else.
Okay, since we're on Dusan now.
Hold on. We got to talk about Fagioli.
Okay, fuck.
We got to talk about Fagioli next.
Okay.
So this,
I think this is ridiculous.
I think it's hilarious. So, do you guys remember when Fagioli was suspended for gambling? October.
Do you remember? Yeah, it was
October.
2 months. Like, yeah, come on.
His first meeting with the Turin Psychologist Association was today.
Yep. There's a backlog dash.
It
This is
was
these socialist systems. They can't handle. They can't handle it.
You mean to tell me these guys had the full soap opera on this guy saying, oh, he needs help, he needs support, it's bad, it's an addiction, oh Christ this, Christ that. You mean to tell me his first appointment was mid-January? What?
Yeah, like I said, free healthcare isn't all what it seems. You know, like Americans are like, oh, we want free health. If you get free healthcare, you're not getting any fucking healthcare.
Juve could have pulled the computer to the
Oh man,
that's insane.
I know, because you would have thought, yeah, like how many millions of dollars did they put into the physiotherapy department and like the nutritionists and all that jazz, and it's like psychology. Yeah, just go to the government. We'll wait. It's fine. Just go to the government program. It's cool. Don't worry about
it. I really think, like, oh man, that's hilarious. David says Gentili took all of his electronic devices away from him. Enough psychology. Bones is saying, you know the speed of the Italians when it comes to moving things along. Fair. Vlad says, you remember the rumors that Fajoli borrowed money from the Serbian betting mafia and they were not happy with him? Was it the Serbian betting mafia?
Was that ever confirmed even, or
was that,
like, what was the source on that?
Like, I remember we joked about it.
Fajoli needs drugs, not Caleb. What kind of advice is that?
That's such a Florida joke.
Yeah, that's Florida. Don't listen to Florida.
Don't listen to Florida, man. I don't like that. To me is just absolutely nuts. Like I can't.
Yeah,
he did borrow money
from Gotti.
Yeah, he did. I trust it. Everyone bets around here, and they're pretty hardcore. Well, yeah, it's the Balkans. All the Balkans are hardcore.
They don't do anything softcore. They just go hard.
He says, "I'll try to find the source dash." Okay,
I'm the one that asked. What the fuck?
Yeah, I guess.
No, that's cool. Tell Dash. I don't care.
All right, so we're getting close to the end here, so I think we need to hit the main event. We need to pull up the article, and we need to talk about the Doocy Boy. I need to find where Sal uploaded, or was it Vlad or Sal that uploaded that article about his Senora friend?
Are you talking about the one that I got the picture from and mistaken the girlfriend?
I may be though, because like we had it. I think it's on. BS. I think it's on the BS one, right? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I guess public service announcement on this one. I went to a very Balkan website. Vlad translated it. I don't know if he's just multilingual or. I don't know, Vlad, what language was it? Because I have no idea.
Watch my computer get hacked. Let's see if I can. Oh, it's in Serbian. Let me see if I can translate it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you might have even mentioned.
Yes, I can. I can translate it.
Oh, perfect.
Woohoo! We're good. We can do it. It is there. We can do it. All right, the main event. So, a lot of you guys are wondering, what happened to Dusan Vlahovic? Why has he become what everybody hoped he would become?
Oh, no, it's the Serbian version of the Sun? This must be bad.
Good. This is good. I love this. This is awesome. So Dave and I made the prediction a few months ago, I believe a month or two ago, where we said, I think Dusan needs a new lady friend, or he needs a lady friend to really find himself, because he is just a man with pent-up frustration and passion. And, well, what do you know? And David says, now the Trojans are...
Yeah, the Trojans come from that part of the world too, don't they?
Yes, they
Bastards.
do. All right, so the article says, Vlahovic released the music, then returned to old love. The football player reconciled with the beautiful Serbian woman. Oh, that's such a pro pro nationality
So
paper.
question, I think a little bit, right? Dash, you would answer this
No,
better.
so Albanian is different than Serbian.
But isn't there
Totally
like a
different.
little bit there? Nothing?
Nothing.
Because like I've been again, because I'm in the CIA and I go places. I've been like there was a like the Macedonian, like my Macedonian friend who's there, and like he would just like yell out to some guy on the street and he's like, oh yeah, he's my Albanian buddy. I was like, what? And then it's like talk to some other who's like, oh yeah, he's from Serbia. I'm like, what the fuck? So I thought there was some commonality.
Yeah. So Dusan is in a relationship with Vanya Bogdanovic again. That's exclamation point. The famous Serbian football player.
See, that blast says it's all the same language. So what the fuck?
I haven't, to be honest with you. Like I've listened to Serbian, and the Albanian that I know, it's
because you're American. You're dumb.
Yeah. And then Jeff says no, Albanian is completely different.
Okay, see, it's all over the place. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I would say maybe like by Kosovo, but yeah,
there must be certain regions where it kind of melds, and then others where it's completely different.
The only time I could see like an Albanian Serbian blend is if you're looking at Kosovo, right? Because that area, it's like right by them. So, and Dash says it too, like or David says it too. Like I only know, so the actual like Albanian, like the legit old school Albanian, is called Shipe. So I don't know.
Yeah, and like how they just put J's and Q's in front of vowels like that. It's like what's going on, bro?
Yeah, because
I'm not understanding you.
Because
like it's forward, like it's
yeah, like Vlad says, the Albanian language is different because we're not like it's not a Slavic. We're Macedonian or Macedonian has like Slavic tongue to it. Same thing.
They're not Slav. How does that work?
They are not Slav. They are Slav.
Really?
They wear the Adidas and they have the the Golf 1.3 liter diesel TDI.
It's the 1.2 Rabbit. Isn't it?
Or
is it 1.3?
It's 1.3.
Is it 1.3?
1.3 TDI with the 3 white pinstripes. That is how you know you are a true Slav.
Dave's gonna come and being German is like it's actually 128 cc. It's just like
and they listen to hard bass. Okay, so back to the article. Former Miss Italy and today host and reporter Carolina Stramara, because of the attractive brunette whom he dated 5 years ago, the Informer learns. The Juventus star met his current ex-girlfriend Vanya by chance in Ibiza. Their meeting was beautiful. Before going on vacation with friends, he broke up with the Italian model and presenter. So he met Vanya during the summer. He realized, the young juicy boy has realized how good the sweet waters of Vanya were, and that he could never get those at the time. And which might explain why he sucked for the first 3 months of the season. Dusan left Carolina a few weeks ago due to public pressure. It bothered him that the media was dealing with his relationship to such an extent, and he wished to be alone again because he sucked. But that didn't last long. As soon as he came to Ibiza, he saw Vanya, whom he dated 5 years ago when he was a teenager, whom he'd known all his life, felt butterflies in his stomach again, and somewhere else too. Wink, says the Informer source. Vanya met Dusan when he was neither famous nor rich. Oh, she's a ride or dyer. They hung out, went out with their parents, and their parents are housemates. What? They live by each other? They live with each other? Emotions were also born from great camaraderie. 5 years ago, they entered into a relationship. Unfortunately, it didn't last long because they're both young, inexperienced, and were eager to have a good time. That just sounds like they smashed and dashed. They parted ways and continued to hang out. Last year, they had another attempt at the relationship, and it ended ingloriously. A few days later, they parted ways. Dusan left for Italy. They stopped hearing from each other. They followed each other on social networks, but fate brought them together this year in Ibiza.
Ooh, Ibiza.
It's like just
some weird shit happens down there.
Yeah, it's just like a massive orgy island.
Pretty much.
Mykonos.
You gotta be rich.
Yeah, you gotta be rich to go there. Dusan was at Mykonos. He continued to Ibiza with company, rented a yacht. Fuck, man. I wish I was that cool. Which they bought I thought they said they bought. Oh my God, I almost had an Andrew Tate moment. I bought a bunch of women for my yacht. Many beauties. Towards the end of the vacation, Dusan saw Vanya at the beach, who was with her company. Company, man. I hate Google Translate. It's like she's like rolling with her posse.
Oh, Vlad says their parents are house friends. The translation is
all over the place. That's what we got. Serbian correspondent.
Could we get you on? Like, what could we do to get you on to just?
They went out to a nightclub the same evening and even kissed. That's what it means. They did not separate until the end of the vacation, which when they returned to Belgrade, they continued their relationship. He is currently with his club. Oh, this is talking about that. Maintains contact with Vanya through video calls and messages. Vlahovic's parents are delighted that Vanya and Dusan have reconciled. Dusan's mother would like Vanya to be her sister. Hey, yo! Her sister-in-law. What the hell are you doing?
This can't be the
That's got to be the
that can't be
translation.
right.
That's got to be the translation. She's educated, beautiful, and was with her son before he became a millionaire. Oh, that is such a Balkan mom's thing to say. My mom would say the same thing too. All right, so
Oh man,
the real reason, because I have heard from numerous amounts of people on Twitter and other shenaniganries, if a Dusan changes the coach, a Dusan will start playing better. Guess what, guys? Dusan didn't need to change the coach. He just needed to change the coochie. New water. That's all he needed. Nothing else.
Okay, so my question to you, Jeff, because Jeff is here saying, and Florida is an orgy peninsula. These freaks in my great state have so many couple playground venues. That shit will scare you. So what is the symbol? Like I've heard of this like upside down pineapple saying, yeah, we're swingers. You know, there's symbols out there. I've heard this like if there's a box of laundry detergent in your window that the husband's gone, so come over and fuck me. Like what is it in Florida? Is it something with plastic flamingos?
What? Where did we go? Why are we with plastic pink flamingos? What the hell? Oh my god. David says, oh my god, could you imagine we are wrong and he plays like that because she doesn't let him smash and only lets him kiss until he's kissed after he goes. Oh man, dude, I died because we've been talking about that for a couple of weeks, and then like Beppe talked about it too, and then everyone was talking about it. I just cried laughing. Oh, it was so funny.
Oh, man. Let's cut to the chase and address the elephant in the room. Y'all think Dushan begged her to take him back, like on the knees?
Here's my hypothesis for this. I think Dusan thought he was hot shit and was just like, I'm gonna get all these supermodels. Like, you know, the one, I think it was Sal or Frankie that posted it with the one guy speaking Spanish, like, you fuck all the best girls, have the best doctors, yada, yada, yada. I think Dusan got a little bit high on his own supplier, on his own clout, dumped her, and then started dating Miss Italy, right? And then it's just like, because those two dated when they were teenagers, and like Dusan's like 21, 22 years old, like the dude doesn't know shit, right? So I think Dusan formed a very strong emotional attachment to Vanya and like missed her or just couldn't concentrate properly. Because, like, for example, if I pull it up here on the Discord, Allegri says Dusan has an emotional issue. Like, he's a very emotional dude. Like, for example,
he's fucking always yelling at people.
He's Balkan. What the hell? All Balkans get pissed off. They just want to smash stuff. Yep, it's upside down pineapple colored. Why do you know that?
He's a real estate agent. He needs to know his client.
You can just imagine.
Frankie, welcome. You missed so much.
What a time to tune in. Absolutely, Frankie. Sal saying he made the grave mistake of dating an Italian woman and it almost ruined him. He's like, what have I been saying? Don't forget the Italian.
Segue, I've been saving this one. Could I show you another Miss Italian? The title to this one is Julia Snatch Depth gives a huge advantage.
What?
Snatched 110 kilos at the World Championships in Bogota.
Look at this chick.
Smooth opening lift. Very strong.
Unbelievable technique.
That just showed up in my feed. And I was like, that's
you?
Miss Italia. That was her snatch. That's Miss Italia's snatch.
What's with you and Italian Julias? I think you got a Julia fetish.
Maybe I do.
Like, what? But back on to
man.
the,
I gotta go to Pornhub tonight and just type Julia. See what happens.
I need to go.
Okay, but you know what? Back on topic. I wanna know who this girl is right here.
Is that Vanya? What is he writing on there?
Like she's pretty cute. Like what's happening here?
Like I said, I think I'm gonna do it at Jose. I think no, but like really though, I think what happened to him, right? He got up high on his own supply, got up on his own hype, and he crashed because, like, for example, he was dating Miss Italy. Like, she's a superstar, and if you're playing like shit, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna go to Miss Italia and say, "Hey, why is your boyfriend playing like ass?" Like that's gonna be one of the things that they'll ask there. Dave wants that to be
Smash me, baby.
Julia's idiot for soccer. Maybe they'll start simping Julia. Oh, you get these guys on segways, Dave, and it just goes haywire.
I love it. That's why I do it.
I know. So look, I think that girl looks like Loco's wife. What? LJJ says better late than never. Hello, everybody.
How's it going? You missed a lot as well.
You did miss a lot. Look, I think Dusan kind of had one of those epiphany moments, got Vanya back, got his confidence back, because I'm trying to find the quotes that I have here. I think it's on the news thing that's I'll put here. Allegri did mention, and he's iterated, that Dusan has an emotional problem. Like, he does not know how to calm himself down. Dave wishes Dash was Jesus.
No, I just wish Dash wasn't here and in lieu of Julia was. That's all.
Yeah, he would.
Dash doesn't have to like transform. That's a little weird. Dash can still exist outside of my life.
He's just
saying, put Julia here.
He's just saying trade me for Julia Grosso. That's it. That's pretty much it. I'll play that in a minute. So Allegri says Vlahovic the other night against Frosinone, he had a tough half hour. We talked. He knows it. He wanted to break stuff and everything, which was wrong. I told him to stay calm. So one of the things, and if you watch the Festivus stream, if you were there,
remember, it's for the rest of us.
For the rest of us. So Beppe also mentioned this as well, that his temperament, his mentality, he was mentally ghosted, wasn't mentally available during matches, mentally mature. And that's one of the things that I said, right? And Dusan needed to relax, calm himself mentally down. And I think you and I have said it hundreds of times, right, Dave? Like, we've said that Dusan has a mentality issue. There's something wrong with his head.
I think LJJ has a more important question, though. Prime Julia Roberts.
Oh, come on.
Can you see past the lips? Can you do it? I think I could. Talking like 90s, 2000s, Julia Roberts. Like Speed. Oh, when she was in Speed. Oh, when she was just breaking out and like becoming real huge. She was nice and ripe. But the lips, I don't know. I think I could, though. Or Pastor and Bessie Speed.
Oh man, this tinfoil hat has completely gone off.
Oh man.
This half season, we need Vanya to calm Dusan the F down, because one of the things, and Beppe said this yesterday too, so I'm going to shout out Beppe. There was a difference in Vlahovic in all of the goals he scored and all of the assists. Remember when I said this back then? I didn't like the jersey tug with the whole name thing. I didn't like the social media shit talking, in a sense, what he was doing. Oh, they know, the club knows, blah, blah, blah. You know, Allegri and I share in common the adoration for 90s Cindy's Crawford. Christ, we've absolutely unleashed the horde here. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. That is Flad just for you.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
There you go. I played Luke. I had to at this point. It was getting wild. But I do want to make one thing.
Yes. His girlfriend's name's Juliana.
Hide your jewels. Hide your Julianas, your jewels. Because Dave can't get you. This is a top episode.
I'm fucking crying. I'm gonna have to redo my makeup.
Okay. I can agree with you. Dusan did some childish moves. Yeah, and that's one of the issues that I had with him. I just didn't like, he didn't See, y'all had the 90s actors. I had Shago from Kim Possible.
You can tell he's a few years younger. Right? 'Cause it's a fucking cartoon, dude.
Kim Possible's a chick.
Yeah, it's a cartoon though, isn't it?
Jeff, all my girlfriends are married. Tell me you're Albanian without telling me you're Albanian.
Oh my god, you guys are breaking me.
God,
I can't
man.
fucking do this.
Boa Hancock's only for Luffy. Stay toxic, my kings. Good lord. Okay, but I do think that was one of the main gripes I had with them. And I'm gonna make this clear because some folks thought that they could be cheeky and say, oh, time to make Dash sign the Deuce on apology for him. Guess what? It's an opinion, it's a sports channel, an opinion on sports. Kick rocks.
But Vlad did it and it was great.
Vlad's funny. Vlad gets a pass. I'm gonna say this. Kick rocks. I'm not gonna apologize for it because we're commentators. We call shit when we see it. Was he performing as an $80 million striker? Fuck no. Absolutely not. He was performing as a 15 million pound striker. Now that he's actually performing, I can sit there and I can give him credit because when I was there for the Frosinone match doing the watch along with Dave. And I was speechless because it was a great goal. What did I say? Great goal. Great plays. You want to know something?
You were quiet for a couple seconds.
I was stunned.
You had to process. You can see just like the gears is like
because I thought
and then like it released.
The first 30 minutes he fumbled bad and then he came back with it, right? And then I said, that's a great header. And then, for example, the offside goal, I said, I don't care. That's a great finish. You finish those regardless if you're onside or offside. I gave him credit initially. I didn't sit there and say, but, excuses. No, I said, great job. Awesome. Do it again. Roma, assist. Great assist. Do it again. Salernitana might have shanked it. I don't give a shit. Great assist at the end of the day. The temperament that he's played with, the way that he's acted is totally different. And as Stephen A. Smith would say, the list is fluid.
Man, like,
which is
how much, like, I'm always impressed with like David's broad knowledge of just random things.
David is a man of culture. We follow each other on
you,
Instagram.
Dash.
I clearly am not because I just don't give a shit
about
Mr.
David Alitalk is a scholar and a gentleman.
Dave and I follow each other on Instagram. I see what Dave does in his personal time. Dave is a very cool guy. I feel honored to be a part of Dave's life.
You don't follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, I do.
You
don't post anything.
I never use. I have no idea.
That's like Dave's burner account. That's your burner account when you want to piss somebody off.
Yeah, I just fucking know. Yeah, let's just see what BZ is posting.
That's pretty much what that is.
It is. Yeah, it's fucking useless.
So I'm going to tell you guys this. If you want to try to get me and Dave to sign apology forms, miss us with that bullshit. Because we don't have straw man arguments when it comes to stuff.
I do think, though, to be fair, that those apology forms, when used tactfully are funny. Yes.
Like I thought when Vlad did it, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a very tactful use of the apology form.
It was
well done with, of course, the prescribed layers to it.
Exactly. Prescribed layers that go with it, right? So I don't like that because it's just like, this is what I have an issue with, right? People are like, they're attached to straw man arguments. Guys, just support the fucking team. Like, I feel like people at this point are so hand-jerked to their arguments more than just being fluid and saying, holy shit, okay, yeah, he was bad, but look at that. He changed it, turned around, and improved. Got to follow that chick. Always talking about you.
So I'll, if it matters, I'm putting my Instagram name. It's actually in the description. It's Juvezorde.
There's literally not. Dave's gonna get a bunch of unsolicited eagle pics.
Yeah, when I first got Instagram, it was just a bunch of hot chicks following me. I was like,
and he found out they were bots.
Yeah, but I was away from home, so it kind of worked out, right? So I was like, oh, I mean, I won't be home for another few weeks. This is okay.
Turns out they're all robots asking them to buy OnlyFans.
No, like I obviously, I mean, I was like, do I Yeah, I gotta block you. Oh fuck.
Jeff says I have 3 different accounts, one for real estate, one for photography, and my main shit, and his fourth one for his woes. Stay toxic. LJJ said, "Did you accept the friendship?"
No, like I'm pretty like as you know, like I'm a bit of a computer nerd. Like I do know the telltale signs of a phishing scam. So I was like, oh man,
I can only,
delete.
I can only imagine the people that don't. I think it's hilarious. So look, I think when we're talking about the Ducey boy, am I happy that he turned around? Yes, because like we've always said, if he performs, the team does well, and all the strikers are turning their shit together and getting their shit together. I think, Vlad says you don't have stalking accounts, asking for a friend.
Okay, no, I'm gonna remove myself. You guys had me laughing so much that I have to blow my nose. Like I'm just.
He's got white stuff all over his face.
You broke me, so sorry. I'm gonna excuse myself for a couple minutes.
He just whatever. Dash will be fine. Okay, so I think right now there's a couple of questions that we need to ask. Right? Can Dusan consistently make this? I guess so as long as Vanya keeps him preoccupied and relaxed. I think that's the main thing. Because coming from a Balkan, I believe Jeff and Vlad can attest to this quite well. David, I don't know if you can because you're out over there in the Deutschland. Balkans have short tempers. They have lots of pent up frustration and rage. So I think if Vanya is able to be that rock for him to keep him calm, because Vanya is a childhood friend, so it's easy for her to relate to him, and for Dusan, it's easier for her to trust her. And gentlemen, I don't give a shit what y'all say. When you got an absolute looker that's watching your games, you tend to kick it up a notch. I would believe so, right? We're guys. That's how it happens. So I think if she's able to be that stability for him, and I think he'll be able to find that confidence, he'll start banging in goals, and then he'll start being worth that $80 million price tag, and then we'll sell him to Manchester City for $120 million. I just wanted to piss you all off. So with the Dusan, I want to say he's turned the corner because we've gotten enough sample size for it, in a sense, right? We've gotten to that point. So I think it's 4 to 5 matches. I want to say maybe if Lecce, he does something against Lecce, I think we can rest assured we can say that Dusan is up and kicking because he has 9 goals in 13 matches. He's gone ballistic.
Did I miss you pronounce Deutschland?
Dude, how did you pronounce Deutschland that much better than reading basic Italian names? Because, David, I took German in college. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Yeah, come at me, bro. There's a lot of things you don't know about the Dash. Vlad laughing, House of Black and White with the hearts. So look, and Sal says case in point, Messi, he's known his wife since they were kids. And it's kind of funny because Antonella dated Messi's best friend before she dated Messi. Messi with this. Could you imagine, like, I kind of want to see how Messi hit on Antonella. I think that would just be like interesting. Like Messi would just be like, sí, Antonella, ¿cómo estás vos? ¿Cómo se va aquí? ¿Entiendes? Sí, bien. Or it's like, and then David says, damn, you made me proud. Yeah, sehr good, David. Cool. So I think that's going to be one of the things, right? Well, obviously, I think we've pretty much covered everything, unless you guys want us to cover something. I think maybe the Moise Keane moves.
Tonight was hilarious.
For you.
Thanks to you guys. Fuck, guys. You know, there's certain things we can't just display because of like rules and things, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty liberal with what I put up on screen, but sometimes. Holy fuck. You guys are horrible.
So I'm a little bit lost for words right now. Do we have that's kind of funny. Dusan posted a picture of his leg in a compression / massager. Vanya, hey, you sat on his left leg. So I'm trying to think. I don't think there's really anything else, right? I think
did we make it clear though that like I fucked up the thumbnail and Vlad made sure of it like immediately?
No. Did you?
No, I don't think we did. So I mean, it's not in hindsight after Vlad read the article and told me what
is the wrong
actually happening. Because he was like, dude, that's not even his girlfriend. What the fuck? It's like, okay, well, like here's the article. It's foreign, man. Like, I don't know. So Vlad's like, oh yeah, I told the whole story. We went through it, obviously. It's like, well, it technically still works. It was the other girl. He was still getting laid, right? So, I mean, it works. We'll keep it.
Oh, Bones left us an article. I totally didn't see that.
What? Where?
He said he posted it in the Discord. So, hey, Dave, you talk. I'll find it. I'll find it.
Okay. All right, Moisey. We're talking Moisey.
Talk
Moisey
Moisey.
needs to get sold to the Prem so he can buy his dad all the dresses he wants.
He wants. What?
Sure. Yeah, I probably could already, to be fair, but
Bones, where'd you throw it? Oh, found it. Keep going.
yeah, he probably will go on loan. I think if he can secure a solid 6-month low somewhere and just see what happens this summer.
Loan him out to Shady Records. Oh, that's funny. I think it's Aftermath. All right. All right. So Bone sent this in. Will Dusan Vlahovic leave in January? This was made
This is
January
Juve FC,
16th.
right?
Juve FC.
Oh boy.
Juve are one of the world's famous and most storied clubs. That means there's always a lot of interest when it comes to transfer dealings, including the very charismatic Hawink Dusan Vlahovic. After joining the side in 2022, there are rumors that Vlahovic could be looking to leave Juve. Is there any truth to the speculation? Could we see Dusan leave for better pastures in January? Find out here on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Signing for Juventus. So Vlahovic signed for Juve in 2022, penned a 4.5 year, get your shit together, and commanded a transfer fee of 70 million, making him one of Juve's most expensive purchases. Upon signing, Dusan chose the number 7, which was a bold statement because the jersey had been previously worn by none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, who the fuck's Ronaldo?
Ooh, because number 7's never been worn by anybody else.
Who the fuck is that guy? He started his career with a bang, literally, scoring in his debut game victory against Hellas Verona. He went on to start in the Champions League against Villarreal, setting a record by scoring in just 33 seconds. At the end of the 21-22 season, Vlahovic had become the highest scoring Serbian in the history of Serie A. Vlahovic kicked
the longest issue I've seen from this website.
It is very impressive.
Usually they've already gone on about how great they are by this point, like the website.
Vlahovic kicked off the 22-23 season much like the previous year, scoring a double in the opening day. However, his fortunes took a turn. He was plagued by injury, mainly to his hamstring, pubalgia. Spent an extended period on the sideline. Sporadic appearances throughout the early first half prevented him from generating any momentum, and his performances suffered. Juve are a top side with rich history of winning trophies. When the main man on the sidelines, they struggle domestically. Juventus are expected to win, which is why they are always strong favorites on 32 Red Football. The fuck is that? So fans quickly lost patience with the Serbian, and he seemed to struggle to handle the pressure. As a result, there have been rumors for Vlahovic looking to leave. Strikers all about momentum can be affected by confidence. That's why you get him some coochie. If Vlahovic feels like he can't perform his best with Juve,
32 Red Sports Betting.
Gotcha. It's best for both parties that he moves on. And then where could Ducey go? Dusan still got 29 and 78 appearances for Juve. It's not a bad return. It's no surprise he's been scouted by top clubs. According to reports, Arsenal are keen to secure the Serbian signature. However, Juventus value him likely, and it could outprice a cash-rich Arsenal. Let me make this clear, Arsenal. Nobody fucking likes you guys. Like, I seriously, like, even with our Dusan free kick.
Potential. Like, they're called the Gunners. Their crest has
Gooners.
Canners.
Goobers.
Cannons on it, right? Like,
they're not
they
the Gunners.
Could be cool. They could be
Goobers.
cool.
Goobers.
They fail.
They are the Goobers.
They could be, but they're not.
You've done nothing. Like, if someone with, like, for example, you are essentially a better version of Tottenham. Seriously.
You're just the red Tottenham.
You're the red Tottenham.
Oh, Chelsea. I like the red car. I want that one.
Chelsea, for all fucks and sakes, are like 12 years old as far as relevance, and they've done more than you. Oh, with Arsenal, we got ourselves the undefeated season with Thierry Henry, and then we lost in the Champions League final to Barcelona.
Like, Dash, could we get to the part where it says what Juve FC thinks?
That's going to be a little while. They wrote
Because nobody gives a fuck what they think. Because who gets to the end of any of Juve FC's articles?
Okay. All right. I mean, it's whatever. Okay, sure. But,
Sorry, I mean, are we going to the end of this article? Because that would be a first.
This was who they would replace him with. So Arsenal, other clubs in the running are Chelsea and Real Madrid. Neither would likely have an issue with the transfer fee. So it comes down to Vlahovic's personal preference, the glitz and glamour of the Premier League. I would not expect him to go to Real Madrid. I really doubt it. No. Arsenal FC called Almost FC. Vlahovic's potential departure is garnering a lot of attention. Some names have been touting, including Milik. We have Milik. What? What is this article saying? Number of names could be touted to replace him. Milik, Victor Boniface.
They're just tossing fucking striker names into the article. It's like,
Romelu
hey,
Lukaku.
ChatGPT, give me the best strikers. Okay.
How would Osimhen go from Napoli to Juve? There's like a clause in his contract that prevents him from doing something like that.
This is why nobody gets to the end of their fucking articles.
And guess what? They don't have what they think. They got rid of it, so they knew that you were going to say that before. So there's no.
You bastards.
If reports are to believe, Vlahovic could be on his way out of Juve. It remains to be seen where he'll go and who will replace him. I will say this. I give Vlad credit. I don't know the credence behind it though, where he says, "Say what you want about Dusan. He never wanted to leave Juventus. If he can hit a stride and reject all that Prem money, my respect for it. I think that's going to be good for me. I think so.
100%. Yeah." And we did always say that too, right? Like what we actually want is for him to just perform as an $80 million striker. And then we have an $80 million striker and we're fucking gold.
That is all I want. I don't have an agenda against Dusan. I don't. I just want him to perform for what we paid for. That is all I care about. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, seriously, I really don't care.
Oh, I believe it, LJJ. He's saying, believe it or not, there are a lot of people that believe everything.
That's why
no, I know. And this is why I get so upset at these websites that just like, fuck it, send.
Well, and that's like the same thing. Like, I just need some consistency. Vlad says, Jeff Dash, my Arab footy friends told me that he noticed a lot of Serbs support Juventus. Albanians tend to support Milan. Is that mostly true? I don't. It's a little bit weird, right? So, like, for example, I know some Albanian, like some of the Albanians that I play with, it's all three. Oh, in Italy. I don't know about that. I know in the old country. It depends, right? Like it really does, because like I know Albanians, a good chunk of Albanians support the Milan teams. There's a few that support the Juventus squads. I just think they just support the Milanistas because they were just marketed better. Like it's between those three, and then what Jeff says, between Bayern Munich.
For what it's worth, my Macedonian buddy is a Juve fan.
Yeah, it's a split between those four. Like some Albanians like the Prem. I don't know too much. I think some of them do, but like. Yeah, I don't know. Balkans, as Sal says, Balkans tend to be Serie A fans in general. And Bone says, send it to the guy that's jumping out the judge. And Frankie says, did they? I didn't even get a notification.
Put it live on our live.
Oh, let's do it.
Put it live on our live.
We're gonna do it. It's like, do they not know that we're live and they're kind of, cross streaming? Oh, yeah, they are live.
Who? Farhad? Put this shit up.
Yeah, there we go.
Did I make it to the next
they're actually live. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So what's up?
Who is this guy?
About you?
I think they're doing a call-in show on the Instagram.
I'm loving it so far.
Oh, well.
Huh. Okay. Did he figure it out or whatever?
Well, that's kind of weird. Okay, cool. Sure. Not like we're doing a show or anything, but anyways, so David says, what do y'all have to do with Bayern now? Y'all lost my. It's just the Albanians always like German teams for some reason. Like they always support. Like it's split. It's like either some of them support Italy in an international tournament, and the other ones support Germany. It's like in the mix. Vincenzo, hey, welcome. Is there still a possibility for Dusan Arsenal for that midfield prospect? I forgot. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I don't think Gentoli and Allegri are going to let him leave, especially now that he's starting to find his stride. And the other thing, too, that we also got to think as well, Dusan doesn't want to leave. I hope he can sort out his contract, but I don't think he wants to leave at all. So I'm going to tell you guys this: unless Juve force him out, I don't think there's not going to be any credence. Are we going to start twerking in IG now? I'm not. I technically,
you can go twerk wherever you want, man.
That to me just kind of rubs me in the wrong way. Damn, he's hijacking you guys. He probably forgot that we're live.
It's fine. It's fine. We're just doing our thing. It's fine. Let's move on.
Yeah. Also, the thing about Albanians became Milanistas in the 90s because it was Milan's best period. And that's when, Albanians can actually, do stuff because communism ended in 91. Vlad says we bring the real tea here. LJJ says you know why. And then Dusan will go wherever Vanya wants him to go. I know I'm late shit. It's okay. We forgive you.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm pretty sure you got a family and things, and it's all right.
No, it's catch the replay. There's a bunch of other funny stuff that we did here. So you know what? I got one more thing. One more thing before we call it. Federico Chiesa. Romeo Agresti said this morning. I don't know. Do I have it on here? I'm trying to figure it out. Sal, if you're watching, did you send me the Romeo Agresti about Chiesa's contract renewal? Because I kind of want to throw up the context for it if anyone has the tweet, but if they don't, it is what it is. So the one thing that I kind of want, I'm saying the one thing. I've taken Jeff's catchphrase. So I want to talk about Federico Chiesa because it looks like Romeo Agresti tweeted this morning. He said, everything will be decided in June. If Chiesa signs, good, no problem. If he resigns, no issues. If Chiesa does not sign an extension, he will be put on the market. He will be sold. So it looks like Chiesa is getting a huge ultimatum in regards to this. I'm trying to find the tweet. I'm struggling to find it. Because Sky Sports is saying that Max Allegri finds a dilemma. Kenan Yildiz, who would have normally returned to being an alternative to Chiesa after a series of positive results, he is now considered the starter. So Kenan Yildiz has technically won the starting role off Federico Chiesa. This is according to Sky Sports. I don't
like it. Are you saying Vincenzo big Dybala vibes with Kenan? Because
no, he's saying Dybala vibes with Chiesa.
Oh, Chiesa. Okay. All right.
So let's end on this topic, guys. How do we feel, right? Same thing with Dusan as well. I think Dusan with the Dusan contract sell, I think it's more so can they amortize his salary? Like, can they spread out his salary to make it more sense later down the road? Because he's going to get a huge boost next season, and he's going to make a shit ton of money. So I think they're going to try to extend his contract while also balancing his salary out over multiple years. Chiesa is a different story. Chiesa is legitimately out of a contract next year at the end of next season.
Yeah.
So I have concerns with Federico Chiesa with the way that this whole contract thing is going. He sent me that one. Juventus. Okay. So there's two things as far as contract renewals. So I got them here, but I don't want to share our entire Discord. So with it being said, I don't know the lingo behind why Chiesa doesn't want to sign a contract extension or what's going on. They're going to try to do it by the end of the summer. I believe they're waiting until the summer to do it. But if he doesn't, he will be gone because they are not letting him walk away on a free. So I think I want to put it out to you guys is how do you feel about Chiesa? Do we just sell him or do we take him, or has Yildiz officially won your hearts over and become the new Federico Chiesa, or essentially become the new boy toy?
We got to be careful not to completely jump ship too early.
Yeah.
I do believe that there could be space for both of them. If we sell, we got to be making money, right? And we have to trust the management that they're going to make the right decisions with this. I'm split, right? It really all depends. If somebody's coming in to throw like 60 mil, it's a lot easier to of a decision. But if it's coming down like, oh, his contract's up, there's no agreement, and he's gonna, just go for a nominal sum, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off because we got screwed in that case. I think it's gonna be somewhere in between there. He's either gonna stay for a reasonable sum, shorter term contract, or they're gonna sell him for what he's worth.
Yeah.
That's what I believe, but I don't know.
Was it Vlad or somebody who said that he's the next heir to Mo Salah somewhere, and people were just like raging? Was that Vlad that made that joke, or was that someone else?
Didn't he just get engaged? Does he have a girl?
Yeah, he got engaged. Vlad's just joking.
Vince wants to sell, sign him.
he
He wants to sign himself though.
It's still early. It's still early freaking on. Well, hey, look, Allegri just said you might consider him the starter. It's a little bit difficult, right? Like, with all due respect, Chiesa ain't gonna stay on the bench. So if Yildiz has effectively become the starter for the time being, Chiesa either gotta put up or shut up, right? Vlad says fine. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Vlad says find a way to play Yildiz and Chiesa together. LJJ says I think he'll extend. How much? Same salary or a raise? Jeff says with the same salary. Yeah, Vincenzo says this. Keep 2. This is a good game, right? Oh, Sal, we talked about Fajoli. You might have missed it.
Yeah, we did.
So keep 2. Yildiz, Chiesa, Sule, because Sule coming back also factors in as an issue as well. So you keep 2. I think you sell 1.
Do we have to sell?
I don't know.
I don't know if we have to sell. Our bench is fairly short as it is.
It is.
Sandro's gone.
The only time you would want to keep this much depth is if you actually switch to a back 4. If you do that, I think that's really it.
And the only reason why we would sell Chiesa is if it's just not working out and we're going to part ways.
Yeah. Because my concern right now is that Chiesa's like, hey, I kind of want to, like, this is all alleged, right? Chiesa's like, I want to see how the game plan is for the future, like the strategic, like, bro, like, chill, slow your roll.
I don't want to sell Sule.
That's fair.
He may fit in the program the least, perhaps.
JJ says,
and you can get a lot of payout.
We sell Sule if needed. David says we can't do this right now because we don't know our formation yet.
Well,
that's
we're trying to
we're speculating
the future. Yeah.
We're trying to see what will happen. Vincenzo Chiesa has the highest price tag. It's kind of not if he's on the last year of his contract, right? Like, I unless he signs like a 1 or 2 year extension to help Juve get more money, but he kind of won't be expensive because his form isn't anything ridiculous, and he's on the last year of his contract. Like, guys, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Don't be surprised if Chiesa's sold, if he does get sold in June, 20 or 30 million. Like, you guys will get pissed, rightfully so. But if I'm Liverpool, Bayern Munich, or whoever, this guy's got a 12-month contract left. No. You want to get rid of him now? I'll give you 20, and boom, we'll take him off your hands. But all I got to do is wait until January, and I can sign him on a pre-agreement, and he's mine for free. So, look, that's going to be very, very difficult for Juve. I'm concerned because I got a feeling that Chiesa is going to be another Dybala at this point, at this trajectory, because with all due respect to Dybala, you had a couple of good seasons, you didn't do shit, and then you wanted to act like you're the next best big thing. And I need these players to understand. I don't give a shit who you are. You're not bigger than the club. Remember that. Because at the end of the day, you'll come and go. Juve will still be Juve. So I need these young kids, these young cats, humble yourselves. Relax. I understand if he wants to figure out what the game plan is and etc., but the difference is, and as Sal brings it up here, Dybala didn't have Yildiz challenging him for minutes. If Yildiz effectively beats Chiesa for a starting gig, Chiesa's stock tanks even further. Because think about this, right, Dave? Look at it at this perspective. You are the starlet of Italy, and you got benched by an 18-year-old Turkish kid. Like, could you imagine that?
Yeah.
That does not look good. And this isn't me taking anything away from Yildiz, right? Let's look at this objectively. It's not a good look. Euro 2021, technically 2020 winner, man of the tournament, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. Benched by 18-year-old rookie prospect. That's not good. Very, very bad.
It's good for us. It's excellent.
It's good for us. It's good for the club for Juve, right? But for Federico Chiesa's career, not that great. So and I hate to say this, I think we're going to be in a conundrum. Because with also, as David's saying here, with Felipe Anderson allegedly signing a pre-agreement, alleged, nothing's set in stone. That's another winger that's coming in.
Perhaps, yeah.
Sule returning as well. And LJJ bring this up. Cambiaso is equally as important as Chiesa. I would go to say I think he's more. I think Cambiaso is probably, it is, if I'm looking at it from a build-up development standpoint, as far as player contributions, outside of Bremer and Locatelli, I think Cambiaso and McKennie are two of the most crucial players on the roster right now. Because when you have Cambiaso on the field, he inverts with whoever the right wing back is, and you're able to attack and be a lot more decisive and a lot more dangerous. Cambiaso is incredible this season. Vincenzo says, I have a feeling that Chiesa is not totally on board with Max. Well, Chiesa needs to kick rocks and grow up. Let's be honest. Because how many times did we get berated? How many times did the football armchair managers were arguing to us saying, if they play with a different coach, they'll be well? When Dave and myself have been arguing for months, they need to grow up. They need to be adults. Put yourself in this perspective. You get a job. You don't start off too well. What are you going to say? Oh, my boss sucks? That's why I didn't start off well? No. Buckle down, humble yourself, grit your teeth, and grind your way to the top. The same goes for professional athletes. Maybe it's just because of the way that we're going now. Like, for example, if you look at it when I was in school, it was never the teacher's fault. It was my fault for being a jackass. Now it's the teacher's fault for the student being a jackass. So I'm not a big fan of this. Because you look at the entire Juventus as a whole right now. All of your players are performing. Even Dusan has turned the corner now. And you want to know, here's the funny thing about Dusan that I kept hearing all these experts on Twitter argue and punch and yell. Dusan needs 10 to 12 chances a game. You want to know how many chances he had against the Swallow? 3. You want to know how many of those chances he scored? 2.
Very dramatic, Dash.
I need to be an ass here. So, you know what Dave and I argued for about a month and a half? Dude had a conversion rate of 10%. It needs to be better. Elite strikers make chances out of nothing. You guys want to know the games where Dusan missed a lot of squatters and had a bunch of chances? You want to know what his expected goals were? 1.15, 1.17. You want to know what his expected goals for yesterday's goals were by chance, folks? 0.17. You know what that means? He created a goal with a 1/10 of a chance. 1/10 of a chance for the free kick. 1 out of 10 of those go in. His shot as well outside the box. 1 out of 10 of those go in. That is what a world-class striker is. They take nothing and make something out of it. And for that, Dusan, good effing job. Phenomenal. That is what an 80 million, 12 million a season striker does. Make magic. Impose your will on the game. Not wait for Chiesa or Yildiz or Locatelli or McKennie to give you pass after pass after pass. Take that ball, run up with that bitch, and send it into the net. Put ball in net. So, now, work hard, play hard, as Jeff says. So, when we look at it, now everything turns to Chiesa. What are you going to do? Yildiz came in, started shining. Dusan is starting to shine. I hope he maintains it because it's crucial. Milik with a Hattie.
Yeah. Of all people, Jesus.
It's time, Chiesa. Your ACL tore 2 years ago.
Yep. Snowman 33. Are you
Let's go.
you?
Might be
Viewer or a
new. Might be new.
lurker? Welcome in, Snowman 33.
So, this is my motivational speech for Federico Chiesa. Tie up your shoes, lift your head up, and go to work. Because everybody else around you is improving. Everybody else caught the grift. Weston McKennie caught the grift. Said, I need to get my shit sorted and get right. Did it. Bremer, I need to improve. Stop making crucial mistakes. Done it. Danilo, I need to be a more vocal leader and take responsibility for my actions. He even said it. Salernitano goal was on me. That is what a true leader is. He said, it's on me. My bad. Daniele Rugani comes in, solid, improved. Very, very strong when I need him to be. Locatelli, quiet grinder. Appreciate everything he does right now. Adrian Rabiot, the spine of the midfield. We can argue if you don't think so, but he is. Juve look different with him and without him. Totally different. Meretti, I still think he needs more time to grow, but good cameo appearances. Same thing with Hans Nicolucci. Timmy Weah, I still think he needs to get acclimated. It's fine, but you're seeing the effort being put there. Dusan Vlahovic, he got his nuts in a row, and he's good to go. Kenan Yildiz said, hey, I can do this. I can beat these guys, stepped up to the plate, and is playing very, very well. Milik, I'm a role player, but when my role is called upon, I will do what I need to do. There's 2 players left, 2, that I need to see step-ups on. Filip Kostic, Federico Chiesa. Kostic needs to figure out how to be an offensive player again and stop losing his goddamn mind and relax. Federico Chiesa needs to stop drinking off his own hype thinking it's still 2021. Chiesa, your Pirlo season was 3 years ago. Move on. That shit ain't coming back. Because if you look at his goal again against Sassuolo, where was that scored? At the penalty spot, practically. Where's that? In the center of the pitch. You are not going to dominate and be this legendary player that you think you are in your head if you keep hugging that left touchline. Mature. Grow up. Your whole squad has. We want you to. Italians need you to. Because without you, Chiesa, that Italian national team is going to get swamped at the Euro this summer. Especially when you have Acerbi as your main center back. Holy hell, that's going to be terrible. And Sal says, if we sold Chiesa after the Euros for $100 million, we'd be loving it right now. I think people would, right? That'd be huge.
No, we couldn't have predicted his ACL tear, of course. But, no. I mean, it is... Well, it has been enough time that we need to start stepping up.
Yeah, right? And then Vincenzo says, Keane, big potential. I think he needs to grow. Yeah, I think so, too. France I need... Sure. Here's my thing with Moise Keane, because I'm glad you brought this up. Moise needs to go somewhere where the expectations are not large and he can get the ball a lot. That's where I think Moise Keane needs to go. A Fiorentina. Low pressure, lots of balls. That sounds weird. Dash giving the reverse jinx right now. Well played. Yeah, because apparently now IFTV is going to start tweeting all Juventus stuff, and we're just going to go to shit because of them, because they are the Antichrist for Juve. I love them. I love Keane too. I need Keane to get more touches. Keane did that at Everton. Ancelotti, and Everton is just a disaster in general.
Yeah, it just wasn't a good year all around. That's like McKennie at Leeds last year, right? You can't really judge that.
So if I were to say a team that I think would benefit Keane is if he goes to Arsenal. They're an offensive, heavy possession playing squad where Keane will see the ball a lot. Keane strong, can assist and hold up play. I think Keane would be very, very solid if he goes to Arsenal as a loan. If you want him to develop in an Allegri-esque kind of style, Atletico Madrid is not a bad destination, but I don't think they're looking for a striker.
Morata.
Yes, they do. In Italy, I would say
Well,
Fiorentina.
Milan is really the only. Yeah, Milan, Fiorentina, and
I
Monza's been off the books.
I don't want him at Fiorentina or at Milan because Milan technically is a direct competitor right now
there's
with the points on the
that.
table. Because if you give him
Fiorentina, we
Keane,
all like.
yeah, like if you give him Keane there, it's just a Forza Calcio. Sal says, I want him back at PSG. That's a good question because the problem is how well would he incorporate with Kylian Mbappe? Because I think Mbappe is trying to play as a center forward at this point. Italians in the EPL rarely do well. I think Keane has grown to the physicality aspect of it to go into the Premier League because I think his first stint there was terrible because he was young and he wasn't physically built for it. That was the best he played since his first stint with Juve. That I think also we got to be cognizant of the fact that Neymar and Mbappe were on the field the same time he played, so it's easy for him to get scraps. I want him to be somewhere where he's the main piece. He would do good at Chelsea. No one there scores. Yeah, God, man. Armando Broya, get your shit together. Holy hell. Gosh, he's not doing well. David says, I wouldn't mind seeing a second at PSG. I think he would work at the current PSG with Luis Enrique. I think it would work a lot better. The only thing is how can he win balls off of Kylian Mbappe? Vlad says League One, Stade Rennes. Yeah.
Stade Rennes.
Rennes.
Jesus Christ, Dash.
Rennes. Just give me German names. It's not Mbappe.
Not
Left
Renee, that's a name.
Conclavo, Ramos. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit conflicted with him going there because you want Keane to go somewhere where he's the first option and is going to get the play is going to go through Keane.
Ball it all out.
Because that is the one thing Keane has missed his entire career is having the ball. Right? Because with us, when he broke through, Ronaldo, Dybala. But when you go to Everton, let's be honest, that whole Ancelotti at Everton was an absolute mess. It really was a mess. PSG, he was, he found Mbappe, Messi, Neymar all there, and it's just he found space, but at the same time, he wasn't the main centerpiece. What I want, and this is my argument for Keane, I want Keane to go somewhere where he can develop as the main guy. So, like, for example, let's use Lukaku. He got sent to Everton, and he developed as that main piece. He became Big Rom at Everton. He developed into that main piece before he went to Man United, etc. Right? I want Keane to go to a team. Keane to Toronto FC for guess who? Bernadeschi. I want, though, thinking of it from my perspective as a developmental perspective, Moise Keane, for him to have an effective loan, can't get loaned somewhere to be a left winger, a right winger, a number 10. I want Keane to go somewhere where they desperately need a number 9. Arsenal.
Yep.
Tottenham. Because he did say he wants to go to London. So I want him to be there.
For his rap career.
For his rap career as well. Because he got balls. Got balls in London. I want him to go there because right now, who's their main striker? Son's a left winger.
Yeah.
Because Richarlison's absolute dog shit. What does Arsenal have as a striker? Gabriel Jesus, who's like practically never healthy. Like, yeah. Because he was one of his requirements is he wants to go to a London club. I don't think he's going to West Ham. I don't think they want him. I think Tottenham would be a good because I forgot their name, but that guy plays ridiculously offensive to the point where they concede 3 or 4 goals a match easy.
Postecoglou?
Yeah, whatever his name is. So
Turkish names, I'm not good with them.
I think that would help him there, and I would think also playing under Mikel Arteta. LJJ says AC Milan. So here's why I'm not a big fan of AC Milan. Yes, he would play with Leao, and I'm sure he would want that move, but you're strengthening a direct competitor. It's a big ballsy move by Juve. That's just kind of a Juve taking their balls and rubbing it in Milan's face, saying, I know you guys aren't going to challenge us, but whatever. They got me last week from Red Bulls. Leao? But anyways, I really think that's going to be what Keane needs, because Keane's 22, 23 years old. When you have a player that's like 18, 19, 20, 21, you loan them so they get playtime minutes in that league, so they understand how the league is and how it feels. It's not really that desperate on what their role is. But when you're getting to 23, 24, 25, you want them to get minutes in the role that you're expecting them to be. Not in just some, whatever, right? Not just to get experience. You want him to develop into that role. Frankie says send him to Leipzig. I'm not opposed to him going to Germany.
Just there's no rumors even of that.
But there isn't. I don't think that would happen. Jeff says Moise Keane freestyle on Westwood Production in London. And then Frankie says Everdeezy. I don't think Keane would go to the Everdeezy. I think Keane wants to go somewhere
bigger.
That's what she said. I don't think he wants to sit there and just go to something like that. I think Keane because one of the things he said, if I go abroad, it has to be to a London club. That's something that he prefers. So it could be West Ham, it could be Tottenham, it could be Chelsea, it could be Arsenal.
It could be 10.
My only concern with him going to Chelsea is I just don't find that system or that play style where he would get a lot of passes or a lot of play. I think that's one of my concerns. And I don't know if there's anyone here that's well versed in Chelsea, but I'm a little bit and also like people saying about Germany, Dave brings a good point here saying German teams rarely do loans. They wouldn't do a 6-month experimental loan to help us. Sal says we only paid 25 pounds for Keane. If he can show a silver of improvement on a loan, we can at least break even, which is true. Frankie says he wants to record with KSI.
Oh man! All right, Dash. We've hit the 2-hour mark.
Wow, holy shit! I think the last piece of news that we should probably talk about is Allegri's contract renewal. So Giuntoli,
is that really news or just like, hey, his contract is eventually going to be up?
No, kind of yes and no, because a lot of people think that Allegri would just play out his last contract. David, it's whether or not Keane would fit at Chelsea. But we'll finish on this. We'll save the Keane talk for the call-in show because it's a good topic, right? So I'm going to end with this, and we just got a bunch of viewers that just hopped in at the end. Guys, catch the replay.
Oh, jeez, why? Did somebody else
I guess so.
Why now?
Whatever.
Why now?
I know. We should have just started later. Shit. Obviously, guys, remember, like and subscribe to the video before we get to the final topic. We covered a lot of stuff today. We covered about Dusan. We covered Chiesa. We covered Keane. We covered... I don't even remember. I have like a gap.
There's a whole...
There's a shit ton of stuff.
Probably shouldn't have even talked about it all.
Probably not, but we did cover it. So we covered all of that. So the last thing, this was through Romeo Agresti, is that he said, there's no way in hell we're letting a coach with 1 year left on their contract manage the bench. So he's talking about a renewal, $7 to $8 million a season for Max Allegri. I believe it's an additional 2 years to add on to his last year, so giving him another 3 years. So the question is, are you guys happy? Dave, do you have any feelings about it?
I think that you have to, unlike Roma, let him finish out the season and then come to the table. It's too early.
You think it's too early?
If he gets a domestic double, does that not just change things?
He's pretty much guaranteed.
Let's say he doesn't get the Copa, he comes in second place. That's different than getting a domestic double. That's a completely different situation. And at this point, we don't know. So my opinion is, I think it just depends on how the end of the season goes.
I don't think they're going to sign the renewal now. They'll do it in June.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the question is whether or not you think it's going to be a good idea. Like, for example,
this is classic. Oh, there's no transfer rumors for Juve. What shit could we talk? Oh, Allegri, let's throw him under the bus.
So let's see what guys are saying here. He's Allegri staying with the club. Vlad says Allegri's next contract needs to have a clause where he can't step down until he wins a UCL. LJJ says Julia. Jeff says we covered swingers. Oh yeah, we covered Julia's and swingers. Whoops, Sal says give him 3 more years. Vincenzo says could he get Cam though?
I don't think they
Jeff says we covered swingers in Florida. it'll be at a lower salary, so why not?
And that was also talked about, lower salary.
Top experts are on the Juve board, so whatever they do, I will support. Vincenzo, I don't think so. Elkin loves Ham.
I
David
love
says,
Ham.
honestly, I want Max to decide when he wants to step down because he deserves it for what
I
he
agree.
pulled us and steered us through. And Jeff says Allegri in.
And what a different dialogue from last year.
I know, right? When we were just absolutely berated on everything. I think my favorite comment that we ever got was on Twitch when someone said, because like we were there when the 10 points were official and they lost Empoli, and we had someone comment on there, and I don't know who that person's name is, and I won't remember it, unfortunately, but he looked at us, or he didn't look at us, but he typed on the screen saying, blink twice if you can't talk about Allegri.
Yes.
I remember going like this.
I think was it Silas? I think it was somebody that did follow us over to the YouTube, if I'm not mistaken.
Vlad wants me to play his video. Is it
Which one?
Is it the one with Morata and the courtroom one, or is it the other one? Because he gave me two.
I was last year Allegri in already. Yeah, I mean there were a few of us.
There was,
but very few of us.
So I think Allegri is warranted an additional year extension right now.
Oh, for sure.
I think like a 3 years a different conversation, right? But if I was Giuntoli, I don't see an issue with a 1 year extension. I don't. And people can get mad at me for it. Like, for example, you can have guys like Marco that sit there and praise Jose Mourinho and complain about why he got sacked, and then he'll turn around and say Allegri got sacked because Allegri has no ideas. What kind of ideas has Jose Mourinho had for this Roma side?
Is this the one that we're playing?
This is the one he wants. All right.
What are they?
You hear that? Someone's saying Viva Lavagna. They're saying Viva Dusan's girlfriend.
Oh, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't worry.
man.
YouTube won't block this.
It's only 3 seconds.
It's 3 seconds, and also this is fair use because we're commentating on it. We found the way to work around the YouTube, my guys. Don't worry. So we can actually react to clips. As long as we, say that, hey, this is transformative content. We're not just playing it. We're playing it so you, the viewers, can listen to it, and we react to it. So they can suck it for all I care.
Well, I think that wasn't like one of those copyright. It's the fact that somebody yelled the girlfriend's name. It's not a big deal, I don't think. But in any case, yes.
Yeah. So look, and that's kind of where I'm at a crossroads right now when it comes to Allegri's renewal. I think people need to take a step back and be, objective, because, like, for example, when you sit there and you say Allegri has no ideas, Allegri should go, Allegri should be the next new coach because you need new ideas, but at the same time, you're sitting there idolizing Jose Mourinho. Like, okay. And like, Dave, I know you can say that Roma has no talent, but they brought in Lukaku. They had Paulo
They have
Dybala,
talent. I never know
Usamoah, Paredes.
They have a pretty decent lineup. Come on.
Better. They are 4th or 5th place as far as competition-wise, right? They're there. Roma's position on the table for the last 2 years didn't improve. Yeah, they went to European finals, but it didn't improve. Their play style never improved. It never did. Or it's like you look at Allegri, he had to clean up the worst defensive Juve of history in his first season, tried to re-steer it back on the second course with De Ligt leaving, by the way. He lost his main piece in center back, and then he had Bremer, who wasn't, up to par at that moment. What else? And you had Danilo, who's transitioning into that point. So, like, you have all of that going into it together, right? And the fact that he took Juve where it was in free fall, bottom out, and then built it back up. 3 years totally changed, man. Total difference. And for people sitting there, and it's like, Allegri should have been fired because he didn't win anything for 2 years, and that's not how Juve roll. Tell me what kind of coach you could have put those last 2 seasons and would have done anything. There's nobody out. There's nobody there, right? Not at all. So I think people need to make a little bit of genuinity when they're making stuff like these. My issue is he might be a cool guy and all, right? But his takes as a pundit have not been good. I don't know what they're feeding them at Paramount Plus Studios or CBS Studios, but It's not good. And it's kind of sad for a guy that took Juve, that Juve essentially made him to who he is as far as a celebrity now, because he was on the Juve Twitch channel before Paramount Plus poached him. I just wish he was a little bit more genuine and did his research in regards to Juventus. That's all I ask for, because it's like, you're jaded about Mourinho, but at the same time, you're ready to throw Allegri off a cliff. But it is what it is, right? And that's why Paramount Plus probably won't get their Serie A coverage renewed. Did we read all of these comments? Said
I mean,
the
you haven't
IFTV
stopped talking
curse.
for half an hour.
I know.
So
I
I'm
went
just
on a
gonna post
monologue.
them up.
Someone told me, imagine if someone told you after the Sevilla game and Empoli game last season that Juve fans would be shouting Allegri and Dusan's girlfriend's name in 6 months. And Dusan also shouts his girlfriend's name every night. Anyone who heavily criticizes Allegri's style of play, anyone who heavily criticizes Allegri's style of play that praises Mourinho, you lose credibility in your argument. David says, I think we couldn't get any better coach than Max with this. With next year, there's no one better who can rotate the squad and get the best out of the bench pieces. He had a raw Serie B Gatti. Raw Gatti. Anyone? No, sorry. Did that go back up? Oh, is as good as a Shintaristi. Only Marco from Paramount Plus and Gab from ESPN were Allegri out for no reason. Yeah, that's true. And Sal says, when you start your take with I am biased, that is all you need to know. Vlad says, I wish Roma was a bit more patient. Fourth place it is very wide open. He's air quotes a Juventino. You guys know he held an Inter scarf for the Champions League final?
Yes,
that was terrible.
Over it. Fuck.
That was terrible.
Yeah, let's fuck Marco. Who cares? Let's not even give him.
Reno coming in late. What's happening, guys? Bada bing, bada boom. Allegri out. LOL.
Yes, I saw you put some videos up today too. I got that on the YouTube. Gotta spool those up in a bit.
Yeah, and if you guys also want to see a recent collab with Reno Zed, look at the recent call-in show. It has Henderson's face on it. So Reno Zed filled in for me while I was away, even though I ironically called in because I coincidentally worked with a break. So yeah, if you guys want to check out some stuff there, check out our work with Reno Zed on the last call-in show, and then check out Reno Zed's channel, because we'll probably do some more work with good friend Reno here. Ricky says, unfortunately, I don't think there's any other coach that can develop Gatti. Bone says, wow, you guys are still going.
Yeah, I know. You just sent me an article in Discord. And I'm like, bro, where are you at?
I'm Jeff, are you part of these swingers in Florida? This is the fourth time you brought it up.
His dad has a tattoo shop. I think that speaks for itself.
That's an interesting plug. You get a bunch of baddies there. You just be like, yeah, tattoo shop's mine. Oh my God, that's so cool. Vincenzo says, I think he was chanting Cialan Juventino, non Salto with Napoli fan when they won. Bro, that's terrible. You missed a great shithousery talk. Dude, we went wild, man.
Work has been murder. Yeah, tell me about it. And Kelcho, Reno, sorry. Like, are you talking about the video you sent today, or are you talking about just like hanging out with us is risky? Because that I can understand as well.
Yeah, because Dave got heated, went after some Interisti.
Oh yeah, of course.
I call it tattoo casting couch. Good Lord, Jeff. Alrighty, we're at the 2 hours, 12-minute mark. We extended it. Wow, why is there more viewers piling in at the end? You guys are nuts.
That happens. The longer
that
you
always
go,
happens. Whatever. So if anything, guys,
after all the Julius,
remember to like the video. Also subscribe. Turn on your notifications. We're at 22 people and we have only 20 likes. So give us 2 more.
Yeah, do it up. Do it up.
We need to do it so it gets pushed in the algorithm. So we have someone come over and rage and say, you guys aren't the real Tinfoil Podcast. You stole that name. And it's like,
yeah, you know what? I tried listening to that podcast. I mean, he's got a lot of subscribers, but it's not enticing. It didn't draw me in. I didn't even get through 2 intros. I tried 2 intros and I couldn't get through them. No, man.
Most people are making it. Do you guys want an after dark tinfoil hat show? So by that we mean like a 7 start time instead of 5:30.
We kind of done this because it allows Europeans to
yeah, because we did it at this time because Europeans would watch it. But if we've got a more North American market, I think we can accommodate that. If you are in the Discord, hop on the Discord, put it on one of the forums. We'll create a forum. We'll talk about it. Because obviously, I think the tinfoil hat show is a success because the views on this have been insane. Like they've been very, very well. The engagements are really good too. And we want to keep delivering stuff that you guys want, but we also want to deliver something where all of you guys can engage. Because, like, for example, this becomes a lot more fun when you guys are in the chat communicating with us.
And we do Turn Giants AM Vlad sometimes on Fridays.
We do sometimes. We just don't get enough viewers. We really don't. Like, for example, at this time we'll start getting a lot more viewers, but when it comes
they're not used to it either. If we just do one-offs, it's different.
So doing it early is a little bit tough, but I'm fine with it. And then hi SoundCloud. Paisano. LJJ says we can try it. KB says not on Wednesdays, at least not for me.
And accommodate everyone.
I'm down for that. David says, but of course I watch, even though it's
I don't think he sleeps.
I don't think David sleeps. David's yoked. He's too yoked to sleep. So look, we're always open to adjusting. Again, the Tinfoil Hat Show is an entertainment show for you guys. We try to talk some news, but we also try to fuck around at the same time because we want to make you guys laugh. We're poor men's comedians, right? We don't get Netflix specials. And then Zed says I should get you guys on mine soon.
Yes, of course. We'll figure everything out.
Sleepy Joe. Jeff says Turn Giants of Tampa Bay representing. Dave's bed.
It is.
Time is overdue.
Absolutely.
Traps under his pillow. That boy up late right now. So we'll talk about it. The question is, because I think we've got a pretty solid roster of shows, right? We've got the Tinfoil Hat Show. We've got the pregame live. We've got the day after, which we haven't done a day after because every day after is essentially the pregame. So
we flexed with it.
Two birds with one stone. And then we have the match day lives and the call-in show. So I think we've got 4 or 5 shows that we do now. So we've got a pretty diverse portfolio.
It's just
a diverse portfolio.
It's 5 days a week.
It is.
And
5.
And we usually give a pretty good heads up on the release on that. And I know YouTube is absolutely crap when it comes to giving you the notification. So we say, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. But the bell icon don't bell so well. So what we do is if you go in the Discord, there's a barcode right there. Also link in the description is we make an event every time we have a live show. We just it just pings you on Discord as well. So if YouTube isn't working, there's the second way. I also put it on the X account, the YouTube X account, which is perpetually under my name, which is @TurnGiantsYT. So you can always see when our shows are going live there as well.
That's funny, Dave. I got to work out too right after this. Discord 24/7. Yeah, guys, we do a as Dave says, there is a notification on Discord that'll let you know every time we go live. So if you join the Discord, it's easier for you to stay up to date. And it's also, you can contribute to the show as well because we have tabs there where Sal contributes news. Everybody here in the chat that's active contributes to as well. Because that's one of the gist of the Tinfoil Hat Show is that you guys throw us articles, we react to them, and we make jokes, and we have fun with them. That's something that we can do. And then if there's other topics or other things that you guys want us to do or cover or react to, slap it on the Discord. Because Dave and I check and engage in the Discord regularly. That we do it. We make sure that we check it at least once to 2 times a day.
Oh, I'm always checking it.
Yeah, so we're always looking at it, right? So we're always taking a peek there as well. So if there's anything that you guys want to reach out to us, contact us. Don't do it on Instagram or Twitter. Do it on Discord. It's just easier for us to be reached on Discord.
Past Jim stream. Yeah, and guys, for the AM, the only day that really works out throughout the week at least is going to be Friday.
Yeah.
And that's not even like an absolute truth. So
Dave and I travel far for work.
And we also just have jobs that make us away from here during the AM. Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is I could be working a night shift if I wanted to, but then you wouldn't get any shows except AM shows. So
crabs. Days on that grind. The one thing we were thinking about, and we also catch plagiarizing bitches on there as well. Hell yeah, we do. Well, you guys do. Let's do a COD stream with viewers. I want us to do a Pro Club stream, but I think because all of us on the Discord get wild sometimes, I think we would get canceled quite quickly.
Well, no, people can join in on the Discord. They don't have to necessarily be playing the game, but if they just want to hang out and shoot the shit with us, then I mean that's an option.
I got 6 jobs, bruv. 3 of them involve illegal trafficking of items. So yeah, just hop on there. If you guys want us to start looking towards potentially streaming whenever we play pro clubs as a group,
We have.
we
It's
have.
just it got kind of crazy, and I'm usually not the one that's available either because
You need Dave to stream it because Dave has the equipment. I don't. I can
you
do it on
You just gotta
StreamYard.
learn how to do it.
Oh, do I? What do I got to use? OBS or do I just
Yes,
use straight
yeah.
StreamYard?
OBS.
Oh, I have to pirate OBS. What you mean to say?
It's a free pro. It's called open broadcast software because it's open for use.
No wonder why it sucks.
No, it's- fuck off.
That's why
Oh,
it sucks.
man.
That's why I just need to buy an Elgato, the 40 HDR, and just plug it into the computer and stream through there. But all right.
I got all kinds of Elgato. Elgato's great.
Yeah, you've got a bunch of crap. You tune into a stream. Yeah, it'll be late at night because everybody plays late at night, and we also need Frankie to get his school schedule set too, because Frankie's the one that usually runs the roster, runs the pro club squad. So you'll see Bones there. You'll see Frankie. You'll see Lou. He's not really often on the streams, but you'll see Lou. That's
'Cause
there.
he's not a Juve fan. He just
Yeah,
hangs
he's
out
not.
with
He
us.
just hangs out with us, and then you'll see Carr, and then Dave, and myself, and then and then Tall sometimes joins and hops on as well. And then David says, "You need me and Vlad for shithousery."
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Vlad
nice
would be
and
the kind of
fun.
guy that hops in with a voice changer and is just like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" Just to mess with everybody. This is Vlad. And then Frankie says, "I start classes Monday." So Frankie, we'll talk in Discord and we'll figure out like a dedicated day, and we might just be able to rip a stream off of that and just have.
Why did we have to have intelligent, educated people around here?
I know. Curses. That damn engineer Dash. Little by little, he will become a Juve fan. He kind of is like a secondary Juve fan.
Yeah.
We kind of give him the honorary Juve fan because he's like, hey, you should take this sporting player for Juve. You should do this. You should do that. So he's getting there. Latest class ends 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Oh, cool. So that means Frankie's available. So, woohoo.
That's not bad.
All right.
All right. Yeah, damn you educated ass.
All right. Remember, like the video. I know we got 24 likes, but just keep liking it if you haven't liked it.
I'm liking.
I turned it down. Ooh la la.
Dash, I played music. Can you stop talking?
I was confused. It was loud and then it went quiet.
Yeah, because I like tone it down for you to talk.
I thought Vanya was something. And why is someone calling me while I'm streaming? Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys, to the Tinfoil Hat Show. I am trying to get this outro without being distracted. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So thanks for tuning. If you guys like the video, please do it. If you haven't already, make sure you've subscribed. Also, join the Discord if you want to commute with the fan base as well and communicate with everybody as well. We will catch you because Leche is on Sunday. So we will do probably some pre-gaming and some call-in shows on Saturday. And then the day after, following Leche on Monday. And then we'll go back to the Tinfoil Hat Show and the good old Revolutions. If you just joined in as well, rewatch the video. It's long. There's so much I can talk about.
It's a good
But
one.
Jeff wants to talk about. Jeff will make it clear there was swingers in Florida that we talked about. So before he says it in the comment. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you Saturday.
Or Friday?
There's nothing on Friday.
Saturday?
Damn
Yeah,
it,
it will be
Dave. Damn
Saturday. Pro clubs? We'll figure it out. See you guys. Thanks for joining in.